560 WQAM presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, dial 567-0560 in Dayton, Broward. In other counties, call toll-free at 877-785-NEIL or pound 560 on your Singular or Verizon wireless phone. The opinions expressed by Neil, his guests, or callers do not represent those of WQAM's management staff or sponsors. Now, The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM. Neil God.
Early in the morning, way before breakfast time, thousands of illegals are trying to cross the line. Send troops to the border who won't take no crap. Trigger fingers itchy, just got back from Iraq. Down on the border, near the Rio Grande, Bush and the Guardsman are waiting, drawing a big line in the sand. They won't need body armor, and they can even get a tan. Won't see no car bombers, just 50 guys in a van. There's no one named Mohammed, but a lot of men named Juan. And they don't want to kill you, just want to mow your lawn. Down on the border of the USA, Bush and the Guardsmen are trying to keep the Mexicans away. Down on the border.
Look at that Dana Bash, man. I tell you, she's got a mustache, Dana Bash.
Yeah?
She got more hair on her lip than Mo had on his head.
Dana Bash with a tash?
Dana Bash with a cute tash, yeah. That's really something. Oh, yeah, same-sex marriage debate. There we go. That's something really everybody's whipped up about, aren't they?
No.
Major issue that's facing America and the world. Anyway, it's that time. It's 10:02, and it's Wednesday, June 7th. We got Curtis this afternoon from 2 to 3, and then your Florida Marlins, man, like it or not. How come they couldn't? Oh, that's right, it's on the West Coast. It's a noon game, or 12:30. See how we got screwed on that?
Yeah, we did.
It's a noon game.
Damn it.
3 to 3:35, Marlins on deck. 35 minutes to get a little bonus in there. Marlins at the Giants as they try to lose the series. They've lost the first two. Last night was a lot closer, though, only 2-1. I bet you Josh stayed up late to watch that. That's why your bedtime stories didn't get on there this morning on our website till about 9:30.
Well, I watched a lot of it, but I...
Wants to apologize profusely. I watched about 4 pitches. There was no score when I turned it on. I don't know what inning that was, about the 4th inning with no score.
Yeah.
And that was enough. It was pretty boring. Oh, in fact, I turned it on just when that kid was introducing the now batting for the Giants, number 2. Did you see that? That's right.
I can't say I did.
No. I don't know if he did that for many batters or just one. I don't know what that was all about. Of course, it was the Giant telecast they had on my package. They sure don't want to put that Rich Waltz on there. Oh, God. The Marlins and the Giants from the West Coast, 3:35, and then we got, right after that, Geldy at the NBA Finals, followed by the Ed Kaplan Show at 10. 3 hours of Geldy tonight again, over and over and over. He's like the human weapon here at QAM. We're just beating you over the head with like beating you with a stick, flagellating you with them sharp chains, over and that's the sound you're going to be making by about 7:15. But anyway, we got that big game tomorrow night, right?
It's talking to you. Yes, we do.
And, well, no, I thought there was a big game tonight.
Whatever you want to say, man.
Second game, there is a big... Oh, yeah, you're so full of crap. You gave us bad info on Monday, and now you're trying to lay it off on me. We got the second game of the Stanley Cup Finals from Carolina, Raleigh. Nothing could be finer than to beat up Carolina.
I thought you said big game.
It is a big game. Oilers are like life and death. They got to win that game tonight. They can't have the kind of... I don't know who they're going to play. That Finnish guy, Markkinen, or Ty Conklin, who's like lost without a compass and a road map. That poor kid. Anyway, they got their goalies out for the series, and that's just the way it goes. Not looking good for the Oilers. That's bad. And the Canadians are pretty PO'd about that. And also, and that's it. That's our award-winning lineup for you. So that's a big game tonight. Tomorrow you got your Miami Heat. How come it's the Miami Heat? You got the Florida Panthers, the Florida Marlins,
right? The Miami Dolphins,
the Florida Dolphins, the Florida Strikers, Jeff Stryker, and then you got the Miami Heat. That's that Mickey Arison thing, you know. That's why he had to have his own arena down there. Nobody wants to go there. Anyway, Billy Preston's dead. That's bad. Bad news. Always start with the bad news. Get it out of the way early. Billy Preston, the exuberant keyboardist who landed dream gigs with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and enjoyed his own series of hit singles, including Outer Space and Nothing from Nothing. You have that? Died yesterday. He was 59. You got Nothing from Nothing. I bet you got that. There. That isn't it. Is that it?
Yeah,
that's it.
A second.
Here we go. Here's the part I remember. Vaguely. Nothing from... Huh? Sooner or later he's going to start singing on this thing, even for a dead man. He's dead. Preston's longtime manager, Joyce Moore, that's enough. Joyce said Preston had been in a coma since November in a care facility. Was taken to a hospital in Scottsdale, Arizona, Saturday after his condition deteriorated. In other words, he was real bad and then he got worse. He had a very, very beautiful last few hours and a really beautiful passing, Moore said by telephone from Germany. He went home good. Isn't that is just makes me want to vomit. You know, he had a really beautiful passing. He went home good. What does that mean?
People say all kinds of crap when people die.
Yeah, I just can't stand that. You know, make you feel better, like a real touchy-feely good. Nothing good about it. He was in a coma for months. He had battled chronic kidney failure, received a kidney transplant in 2002, but the kidney failed, has been on dialysis ever since. Known for his big smile and towering afro, Preston was a teen prodigy on the piano and organ and lent his gospel-tinged touch to classics such as the Beatles' Get Back and the Stones' Can't You Hear Me Knockin'. I don't need to hear that much more of him, okay?
All right.
He broke out as a solo artist in the 70s, winning a Best Instrumental Grammy in 73 for Outer Space and scoring other hits with Will It Go Round in Circles, Nothing from Nothing, and With You I'm Born Again, a duet with Sarita Wright. Sarita? What kind of a name is that?
I don't know.
He also wrote Joe Cocker's Weeper, You Are So Beautiful, and co-wrote with Quincy Jones the score for the 1970 movie They Call Me Mr. Tibbs. Other achievements include being a musical guest on the 75 debut of Saturday Night Live and having a song named after him by Miles Davis. Among his film credits, Blues Brothers 2000 and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. He's dead, Billy Preston. But he went home good. I want you to know that, okay? He went home good.
You are so beautiful.
That's Alta's brother, Joe Cocker. Here's the poll from yesterday. Who's your favorite? And by the way, Eric owes an apology. Josh owes a lot of people owe apologies today. I faxed him the poll 100 times yesterday. He wouldn't put it on there. You know,
I apologize.
I don't want to call him up and bug him. You know.
I'm sorry.
Get involved in some kind of a conversation and hear that whoa, that sound he always makes. But it took till about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night for him to finally get the damn poll on there. So today we are numerically challenged today. You know, ordinarily we'd have probably 600 votes on there by now, and they just ease into 1,000. I don't think we're going to make it today. We only got 496. And probably he thought I was refaxing him yesterday's poll, which is, almost the same. 0502. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Can we do it?
You can do it.
Very important.
I know.
Who was your favorite dead actor or actress we did yesterday? We're doing singers today. I know we've done these before, but a long time ago. I looked back through that history thing on there. It's a long time ago. So maybe you changed your mind. Or maybe we got some new listeners since then.
No.
Or maybe most of our other old listeners died or just went away, is what it might be.
Yes.
Who's your favorite dead actor or actress? Marlon Brando. How many votes did we get? We got yesterday? Not 1490. 1490. It sounds like WGVA in Geneva, but I don't think so. I think I worked on a station once that was 1490 on the AM dial. Marlon Brando, 227. Carol O'Connor, 163. Marlon wins it pretty comfortably with hands down his pants. John Wayne, the Duke, 127. Speaking of the Duke, when the Democrats can't even beat a Republican who's in jail, that goes to show you that all their enthusiasm for taking control of the House and Senate in November may be a little bit premature evaluation, I just can't stand them. I mean, here's a guy who's in jail, the Duke Cunningham.
Right.
A real slimeball. And they had the election in California yesterday to just find somebody who's going to replace him to finish out the 7 months of the current term, and the Republican edges out a win. Just pathetic. Jimmy Stewart, 119. John Candy, 89. George C. Scott, 81, a legend in his own mind. I think a little overrated, if you ask me. He was good. He was okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
John
Belushi, 72. Gregory Peck, 69. The Omen Part 2 was on my cable last night with William Holden and Lee Grant. Lee Remick was in the first one, and then Sam O'Neill was in the third one. That's also making the rounds. I didn't watch that because it's rated so poorly. And I was just reading some reviews of it just before the show online, on IMDb, and it's not good. Not a pretty picture. You ever see it? I don't think I've seen it.
I think I saw it, yeah.
The final
long
act
time ago.
Huh?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, boy. It's
I don't remember if I liked it.
Second one was okay. Any movie that William Holden's in had to be good. He was just so damn good it was scary. Anyway, Gregory Peck, 69. William Holden, 54. Well, that's pretty unfortunate that more of you don't appreciate what a great actor he was. He was a drunk, but he was a good actor. Marilyn Monroe, 50. Humphrey Bogart, 42. He was also kind of a shicker, but he was a good guy. Never stole a freight train. And Lauren Bacall is Jewish. That just amazes me, That'd be like saying Billy Graham is Jewish. I just can't believe it.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Jimmy Cagney, 39. You dirty rat. I don't think he ever said you dirty rat.
He never
did
did say that.
No, I think he did.
Say.
No, actually, it was Cary Grant who never said Judy, Judy. Did he?
I don't know.
They say all these stupid things. Jack Lemmon, 35. Now, what is it he said?
Push the button.
I know what he said. I'm just stalling for time. You know
That's
how
all
this
right.
works.
Push the button, Max!
That's what he said. And he sounded just like Poopy Campo when he said it. Betty Davis, 35. Walter Matthau, 33. I never liked him. I don't know, I just never warmed up to him. Did you?
Walter Matthau?
Yeah.
He was all right. I mean, I never.
Yeah. No, I didn't hate him or anything like that. I mean, I wouldn't like run out of the room if a movie came on TV, but
exactly.
I just never. He just left me kind of limp.
Neither here nor there.
Cary Grant, Archibald Leach, whatever his name was, he had 32. Isn't that what his name was?
I don't know.
Well, we found it yesterday.
Yeah, that was it.
Archibald
like
Leach.
Archibald Alexander Leach. See, I read it down. Spencer Tracy, 29, very overrated. Basil Rathbone, 29, Sherlock Holmes. He was also Robin Hood. He was also the Baron von Frankenstein in one of the Son of Frankenstein. He was good. Basil Rathbone just had a great voice and he just had that presence, you know. He was Sherlock Holmes. They could make 80 million Sherlock Holmes movies and they'll have to dig his ass up again before they get the real Sherlock Holmes. Laurence Olivier, 22. Olivier rhymes with
gay.
And he was. Raymond Burr, 22, speaking of that. Boy, look at that.
Gay.
22 piece. Joined at the lip. Grace Kelly, 21. Now, I don't understand that.
Out of sight, out of mind, you know?
What?
Well, she didn't make a whole bunch of movies, first of all.
Weren't we just talking about Rear Window? Didn't Josh just watch that and
We were just
love
talking
it?
about Rear Window, but, you know, and she was beautiful.
And then we just played Bing Crosby and Grace Kelly singing
right.
True Love? I bet you don't have that. Or maybe you do have that if you have the 50s. You don't?
I don't think so. Let me
Get out of here.
see what I got from Bing.
I don't want to hear Bing Crosby. Please, no.
I got
don't do
nothing.
That. I don't. Oh, just like that email from Norma. No, I don't. I just, you know something? They can sit down, Norma Kent and Joe Bell and Clarence Darrow, and they can sit, and Joyce Fitch, the bitch, and they can sit down. They can have 85 summit meetings, okay? And I got nothing to do with them. I don't care what they do. They just all make me sick. They're just an impediment to my enjoyment of life. Grace Kelly, 21, Anne Bancroft, 17, Orson Welles, 16. Audrey Hepburn, 14. She was sweet. Should have had more votes. Peter Finch, 14. And if Peter were here with us today, he wouldn't be too happy about that.
I'm as mad as hell, but I'm not going to take this anymore. Oh!
Joan Crawford, 11, with or without the shoulder pads. Tony Perkins, 11. He was kind of perky. Sterling Hayden, 8. Lee J. Cobb, 5. He was just so great, it's scary. Henry Fonda, 4, and that's it. Only 4 for Hank. Speaking of Hank, the Hopper will be at the Belmont tomorrow. He'll be on. And then Friday's screwing off again. He's doing work for somebody more important than us. 10:13 at 560 WQAM. Exotica Miami Beach is a fun and exciting venue for the public to purchase the hottest new products and services from the adult industry.
Oh, my God.
You heard me right. Meet adult stars including Jenna Jameson and the Club Jenna Girls, Tara Patrick, and others. Take pictures you can brag about for years. Shop for something sexy in the largest adult marketplace on the East Coast. Enjoy entertainment on stage with acts ranging from the comedic styles of Ron Jeremy to a 15-person male and female group performance, the old group grope. Enjoy hours of entertainment, burlesque, hot body contest, and more. Whatever way you decide to celebrate your sexiness, enjoy it with Exotica at the Miami Beach Convention Center. This weekend, it promises to be a memorable experience. Go onto their website, exoticamiami.com. That's spelled with triple X, of course. What other way could it be? 3 X's, exoticamiami.com. Buy your tickets there, check out who's coming, and get info on the nightly after parties. Exoticamiami.com. This Friday, June 9th through Sunday the 11th, this weekend at the Miami Beach Convention Center. You must be 18 and over with valid ID. They're going to check your shoe size, your everything. They're going to check it. Exotica Miami Beach, a celebration of sexy.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
No.
Wonderful WQAM. Oh! Whoopee!
Imagine there's no Yoko.
Alright.
And I'm still alive. Imagine Chapman missed me, but Yoko didn't survive. Imagine if the bullets all had gone her way. Yeah. Imagine Ringo sober wonder if you can.
No!
And George turned Jewish.
I'm dying over here.
Then circumcised the band.
Oi!
Imagine Paul and Linda eating juicy steaks. Well done, you left dead, I'm a dreamer.
Uh-huh.
But it's not bad being dead. I'm up here with Liberace.
You fairy!
And boy, is good as bad.
Absolutely.
Okay, John Lennon, last time we did this, he won a poll, and we knew he was going to win it again.
That's right.
Favorite dead singer?
Never stole a freight
I mean,
train.
hands down your pants. Not even close.
Bad taste in women, but we don't hold that against.
Who's your favorite dead singer? Oh, I got the new Enquirer. I told you the National Enquirer.
Yes, you did.
And there's a great rip job here on Yoko. You'll love this story.
Great.
In fact, I'm going to go through the whole magazine. I'm going to give you a bonus today because it'll kill some great time, too. But just ripped her in the ass. She evidently went for Botox shots.
Yeah.
She just flipped out. She just went nuts.
Good.
But there's a picture on it that shows stars with eating disorders. This is the June 12th issue of the Enquirer. And Barbara Streisand, who doesn't weigh an ounce over 400 on here, she is just a cow. I mean, you just can't believe it. Wow. I would say a pig, but that wouldn't be kosher.
She's a beast.
She is a beast, all right. In fact, you notice we got through yesterday. We made it. The world's still spinning around. The sun's still revolving around the earth. Isn't that the way it goes?
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. And we got through that 666. So we made it through Y2K. We made it through 666. All of these things, and life goes on. Except for Billy Preston. Who's your favorite dead singer? We got 547 votes. I don't know about that 1,000, man. I'm pretty leery on it. I'm pretty Timothy and Dennis Leary. Aren't you?
Whatever.
Well, that's Eric's fault, schmuck. John Lennon, 116. Bob Marley, 70. I just don't get that. I mean, was he a singer?
Yeah, man.
Get out of here. He couldn't sing his way out of a paper, that reggae crap.
What's wrong with Bob Marley?
Get out of here, man. He smoked the newspaper. That was fine. I don't begrudge that to anybody. But you tell me he made good music, Bob Marley?
He's got some hits that have been remade probably a jillion times.
Such as?
No Woman, No Cry, I Shot the Sheriff. I could keep going, but I don't know.
Oh, my God. Next you're going to be telling me about
Give it up, John.
Next you're going to be peddling me Tiny Tim's greatest hits. Bob Marley, 70. Although, which one had better hair?
Well, Bob, of course.
Jim Morrison, 57.
Although similar.
Roy Orbison, 36. Roy the Boy, as certain queens say. Roy the Boy. Elvis, 36. Marvin Gaye, 34. Johnny Cash has got...
About 30, man.
I don't understand that. 30 people say that he was their favorite singer, Johnny Cash.
What's wrong with that?
Well, come on, get out of here.
I like Johnny Cash a lot.
Jimi Hendrix, 27. You know why you like this poll? Because it's all drug-induced.
That's right.
All the druggies, man.
Sure.
I'm surprised we don't have Eric Clapton on here.
Why
don't we have him on there?
He's not dead?
Well, huh? I mean, Kurt Cobain.
He is on there.
Lately, since I saw that movie, I keep interspersing those two. Maybe it's a death wish. Yeah, Kurt Cobain was next, 26. Why do I keep saying Eric Clapton? He should have been the one to fly out the window.
Probably.
Jim Croce, 24. He was great. You got any operator? I bet you got that.
I got it all.
Huh? You got all of Jim Croce? That was one of my very favorites. And of course, Big Bad Leroy Brown. Was Leroy big and bad? I know he was brown, with a name like Leroy. Remember Leroy Kelly?
Yes, I do.
That sounds like operator.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Since
he was a smooth operator. And he went home just fine.
Got them all in here.
Huh?
All the Croces.
All the Croce all the time on All Hit Radio. Can't hear it.
Nice talk.
Okay, that's enough. Jim Croce, 24. George Harrison, 23. Got My Mind Set on You. Man, that was a good song. I like that. Played that on Zeta a lot. Patsy Cline, 20. Could she sing or what? Freddie Mercury, 13. You put him on there. And then he went out of his way to tell me Freddie Mercury died from AIDS, as if I didn't know that. You were talking about Billy Preston. You said he died from AIDS. Janis Joplin, you're starting to get like Norma Kent. You know, you tell me things that I already knew. You're getting like the listeners that faxed me articles we had on the website 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
That Norma's really getting on my nerves, that queen.
I didn't say he died from AIDS.
Who?
Freddie Mercury.
You said something worse than that.
I said.
I don't want to hear it again. I don't want to hear it. Janis Joplin, 13. She died from having a bad voice.
She died of AIDS. Since you're making
Jerry Garcia, 12. He died from those
AIDS.
Those tie-dyes. In fact, in his spare time, he used to scream,
I'm dying out
I think they dyed those ties. Rick Nelson only 10? Oh, come on, people. Buddy Holly 8 and Billy Preston, who just died, solamente tres out of 571 votes. I would say Billy Preston was okay. Oh, Frank Sinatra says that jackass John in Columbia, South Carolina. Oh, God. Or what about Dimebag Darrell? Who the hell is Dimebag Darrell?
I have no idea.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know. It's John from South Carolina.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He is a textbook example of don't ever go to South Carolina, man. It'll rot your brain.
That language.
It'll melt your brain. Frank Sinatra, got to get him on there. Yeah, put some of them old crooners on there like Frank Sinatra. You hear the story about that band leader? Yeah, I heard that story.
Yeah, well, I ain't no band leader.
WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir. What about Mama Cass Elliott? Do we want to put Mama Cass on there?
Yeah, put her on.
Mama La Cass?
Put her on.
Okay.
I hope I don't lose you. Hi, how are you? Neil?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have.
Who are you talking to? Hi, how are you? That wasn't for us, was it? Who was that?
Yeah, no, it was for you guys. I love you guys. Listen,
how are you?
I have a poll suggestion.
Good.
What's your favorite thing to do when you blow off work? Perhaps. No,
that's good. Go to the track, go to the casino. That's good.
Because my boss took me out for dinner last night because of my birthday, and I am so hungover. I got up and I drank a beer and and all that. But you know, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And that's a good poll, though. What's your favorite thing to do when you blow off work?
We will do it.
That's cool, because, this is my favorite thing to do. I can sit here and listen to you the whole time and have a good time while I'm doing it. Thanks. I love you guys.
Okay, the price is right, too, man. Okay, bottoms up, Pally. Happy birthday.
By the way, Dimebag Darrell is the guitar player for Pantera that got shot and killed, but he was the guitar player. He's not a singer.
Oh, well, who cares about that? And this guy puts that on there along with Frank Sinatra. Man, you better start learning your famous singers, Mr. John in Columbia, South Carolina. Jesus Christ. Nothing could be finer than to beat up Carolina. That's what Edmonton's hoping tonight. Poor Dwayne Rolison. Man, that's a shame. Well, that's the way it goes. You know, life is a bitch. Just works that way. Let's do some hockey stuff. I bet you they got hockey stuff on the NHL Network here. Oh, they're in commercial. Everybody's in commercial, so why don't we do it? Might as well. Might as well make Chris Jones happy. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina, and boy, you sure never know it. You know, the summer season is approaching fast. What's today, the 7th? 2 weeks from today, I think, is the first day of summer official, right?
I don't know.
And, of course, that means it must be close to Father's Day, which it is. In fact, it's a week from this Sunday. It's June 18. We all know what dads like to do on their big day, and on top of that, they like also to eat. It's time to call the Melting Pot and make your reservation for Father's Day. Do something special for your father. For your father. Maybe get him that big, wedding cake. Or maybe go to the hospital and visit the Don Corleone and stand bodyguard out front and smoke a faggot. The Melting Pot is a fondue restaurant. In addition to their famous cheese and chocolates that I've raved about for years, they serve up some serious meats and fish for hungry dads with big appetites like yours. Hearty entrees from center-cut filet mignon to blackened shrimp, teriyaki sirloin, pork, lobster, and lots more. The Melting Pot definitely serves some serious food for serious appetites, and take it from me, nobody leaves the Melting Pot hungry. They walk out of there, man, gesund and puppet, as they say in Ethiopia. Well, I keep going back to Ethiopia. It must be those falashes. They have an award-winning list to boot. Have you ever been to Ethiopia? Man, you'd have a blast there. And don't forget the Melting Pot's famous desserts, guaranteed to put a big smile on Dad's puss. So make that call today and make reservations and invite Dad to dip into something different and delicious. A real feast, not just another one of those joints, but a real feast at the Melting Pot restaurant near you, a full 4-course gift for Dad from you. And don't forget when you call to make those reservations, tell them that old Neil sent you by. They'll laugh their ass off. There's a Melting Pot in Kendall, Cooper City, North Miami Beach, Boca, Fort Lauderdale, and, most prestigious of all, Coral Springs.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
They're beautiful.
Welcome to the World Colt Soccer Championships. I'm Toby Charles.
And I'm Nigel Derby.
Today's match pits the Scientologists of America against the French Ray Aliens. How do you rate this match, Nige?
Well, it should be quite the contest. Celebrity Scientologists against a Raelian squad made up entirely of clones of soccer great Pele.
Both teams have taken the field. The Scientologists will kick off. And we're underway. It's Tom Cruise passing to John Travolta, being marked closely by Pele number 4.
Pele number 6 has slipped.
Tom Cruise is in the clear. And oh, what a lovely ball from Travolta. Cruise a touch to Patrick Swayze. Back to Cruise. He shoots.
It's in the back of the net.
The Scientologists take a quick 1-0 lead. And the Raelians, what
is this? It appears, Toby, the Raelian team has, in true cult fashion, committed mass suicide. And the fans are loving it. Join us for our next match as the Southwestern Polygamists take on the Deadheads. Next time on the World Cult Soccer Championships. Cheerio!
Oh, the Deadheads. They were calling us on Monday. They were all bent out of shape about, oh, did we put Jerry Garcia on here? Yeah, he's got a few votes.
Good.
Thank God. Put Eric Clapton on. Just a joke. Jerry Garcia, well, I keep hoping, Jerry Garcia's got the dozen. Wait till I get to this Enquirer thing, man. Got some good stuff. Finally revealed the real father of Jacko's kids, although it doesn't say in here. And Oprah and Dr. Phil are at each other's throat.
Good.
And a whole bunch of this crap. Just the usual garbage. Oh, and Taylor Hicks' gay scandal.
Gay.
What a shock that is, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to be deaf, dumb, blind, and in the box for 10 years not to know that. Hey, Taylor.
You fairy.
Spectators and family members of some of the 17 Muslim men accused of plotting terror attacks in Canada were stunned yesterday. Stunned.
Oh, my God.
When they heard allegations of plans to storm Parliament, take hostages, and behead the Prime Minister off with his head. Well, the schmata heads, they're very big on that.
Yes, they are.
Maybe they're going to wrap his head in a schmata. I always heard that Stephen Harper had a good head on his shoulders, although I wouldn't agree with that. But nevertheless, wouldn't that have been something that would have been televised right there on live TV, eh? Authorities during a hearing at the Ontario Court of Justice further alleged that one of the suspects, Stephen Vikas Chand, also plotted to take over media outlets, including the CBC, eh? Oh, no. That would be bad. Somehow. The details of the charges, notably the purported plot to take political leaders hostage and behead them if Muslim prisoners were not freed in Afghanistan. See, the beheading business, that goes back to just how the kind of century that these people are living in. Added a chilling, like Chop Square there in Saudi Arabia. They chop off their hand, they chop off their head, they chop off their, added a chilling dimension to a case that led U.S. authorities to toughen security along the border and unsettle Canada's large Muslim community. Boy, we got more ragheads here than you ever seen in your life. Police say they expect more arrests, and intelligence officers are probing whether 12 adults and 5 juveniles arrested over the weekend had any... See, I'm okay because my cab driver, he's a terrorist. I told you that story, didn't I?
Yeah.
Probing whether 12 adults and 5 juveniles arrested over the weekend had any ties to Islamic terror cells in the USA and 5 nations in Europe and Asia, which I gave you those yesterday, I won't repeat it. Chand, a 25-year-old restaurant worker from Toronto, was one of 15 suspects who made brief court appearances Tuesday. They were held behind a glass enclosure, brought in as a group of 4 or 5, chained together in ankle shackles and handcuffs. Ankle shackles and handcuffs. Chand, bearded with shoulder length. I like that. Shackles. Remember that song, Baubles, Dangles, and Beads by the Kirby Stone 4 on Columbia Records. Chand, bearded with shoulder length. I bet you don't have that one. With shoulder length hair, blew a kiss to supporters as he was led away. Formal bail hearings for him and the other 14 postponed until at least next Monday. So they have time to straighten all these things out and chop a few heads off.
You're right, I don't have it.
Kick a little ass. Oh, no. These are 2 good ones now. Nat King Cole.
That's right.
Put that faggot out, Nat. Too many of them damn faggots, man. He died of lung cancer. And, I shouldn't have said lung cancer, sure. That's bad. Smoking's good for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, just remember that thing the other day? And Celia Cruz. Oh, Celia Cruz. She's going to get a lot of votes in our No Speaking English crowd. Yeah. There she is. Celia. I still say she was a guy. But I could be wrong. I don't think so. I know a guy when I see one.
That's what I heard.
An Iraqi doctor who was in Haditha during a deadly U.S. raid last year says there are many more stories like that in Haditha that are yet untold. This is just, didn't that story I did the other day say just the tip of the iceberg?
That's right.
Just the tip. That's what God wants, just the tip. You can have the rest of it, but God wants the tip. Just like a waiter in a restaurant, just wants the tip. The Pentagon admitted last week that U.S. Marines can, we know that, bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bap, it's a lie. There are many, many, many cases like Haditha that are still undercover and need to be highlighted in Iraq, said Dr. Salam Ismail, projects manager with the organization Doctors for Iraq and former chief of the junior doctors in Baghdad's Medical City Hospital. In Haditha itself, he said the U.S. military cut electricity and water to the entire city, attacked the hospital, and burned the pharmacy. The hospital has been attacked 3 times. In November 2005, the hospital was occupied by the American and Iraqi army for 7 days, which is a severe breach of the Geneva Conventions, he said. That, of course, from Geneva, New York. In one of these attacks, the U.S. soldiers used live ammunition inside the hospital. They handcuffed all the doctors and destroyed the entire contents of the medical storage. It ended with the killing of one of the patients in his bed. Well, I guess that's a captive audience. Right. The Iraqi Red Crescent reported at the time that nearly 1,000 families have been forced to flee their homes in Haditha following the launch of the U.S.-led military operation. Joseph Hatcher served in western Iraqi town of Dawar from February 2004 till March of last year. He said his cultural training before deployment consisted of a 3-hour class and a pamphlet he was given. It's just here where you are on a map, because you'd be surprised how many people don't know that, Hatcher told IPS. The only language training we received was a handout flip book type flyer, which was how to say things like go down on your hands and knees and don't resist. We didn't know how to make any... Oh, and guess who is, speaking of go down on your hands and knees, who has ballooned up to like about 8,000 pounds. You're going to be so excited when you hear this.
You mean besides Barbara Streisand?
Let me give you a clue. Wait a minute.
Right.
Have you been down on your knees praying for a quick, easy way to lose those unwanted pounds? Believe me, I know the feeling. Hi, I'm Monica Lewinsky.
If you weigh 4,000 pounds, you don't weigh an ounce. Well, if you could see the picture of this, you would just plot. I'm telling you right now. In fact, I'm thinking the largest cemetery in the world, they got any plots big enough to handle that bitch. Wow. Yeah. Well, one thing about Bubba, man, and of course, when you're married to a frigid ice princess like Hillary, you know, you're going to go out and get anything you can, and he obviously did.
You know, he could have done better than that, son.
In fact, take a look at Hillary. So that should tell you, at least he was consistent. He always has had bad taste.
Thick ankles.
Is that what it is? Who, him or her?
Her.
A former Republican congressman. See, this is what I tell you about the Democrats. You know, they always know how to grasp defeat from the jaws of victory.
Oh, I want to cry.
Former Republican congressman narrowly beat his Democratic rival last night to fill the House seat once held by jailed Duke Cunningham. One of several contests in 8 states closely watched as a possible early barometer next fall's vote. Republican Brian Bilbray emerged victorious after a costly and contentious special election race against Democrat Francine Busby. I wonder if she was kin to Steve Busby. They used to play for the Washington Senators 100 years ago. A local school board member. He's a good outfielder, man, Steve Busby. Was it Steve Busby or Jim Busby?
Ruth Busby.
Oh, Jim Busby. Who's Steve Busby? Is that a basketball player?
Busby Berkeley.
Josh don't know any of this stuff. He's just a punk. With 90% of precincts reporting, I bet you Josh Darrow knows this stuff. He didn't know anything else.
Baseball.
Who? Jim Busby?
Steve.
Oh, Steve? Oh, they're both baseball. Jim Busby is the guy I'm thinking of, though. Steve is more recent. With 90% of precincts reporting, Bill Bray had 56,130 votes, or 50%. Bill Bray trailed with 45%. The race was viewed by Democrats as a chance to capture a solidly Republican district and build momentum, on their hopes to capture control of the House. On control, but it didn't happen. Also in California, State Treasurer Phil Angelides narrowly beat Controller Steve Wesley in the state's gubernatorial primary. He's not related to Glenn Wesley, who plays for Carolina. He next faces GOP Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, who faced no credible opposition in his party's nomination. And it goes on. Also, the only good news is, and not really good news, but something, Alabama Republican Governor Bob Marley easily beat back a GOP primary challenge from Ten Commandments Judge Roy Moore, while Democratic former Governor Don Siegelman, who campaigned while on trial on corruption charges, lost his combat fight against Lieutenant Governor Lucy Baxley. Also in Alabama, of course, voters passed a ban on gay marriage by a margin of 4-1. I wonder who the one was. If they find that one, they're going to kick his ass, you know? They're all going to tie him to a tree and yell, "You fairy!" while they shoot his ass. What do you think?
I would imagine.
Or maybe they'll just do the old sever head trick.
This is Neil
Works
Rogers.
like a charm every time, I'm told.
This is 560 QAM. If you love delicious, convenient Omaha steaks, but want something a bit more exotic, then you've got to try Belmont Steaks.
I love it. Smarty Jones, medium rare.
That's right. We slaughter horse racing's finest past champions, wrap them in colorful silks, then overnight them straight to your home.
Who wants another Giacomo burger?
I do. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Well, now you can, thanks to Belmont Steaks.
Win the triple crown of great taste. Try new Belmont Steaks. Anything less is just flogging a dead horse.
I always like that chicken picker burger myself. 10:46, 14 before 11 at 560. WQAM. We got Curtis for a little cameo today, and right in the middle of the daytime, broad daylight, when people are awake and the sun is out. Curtis 2 to 3. Then we got the Marlin game. Oh, Marlins and Giants. Let's see. In the first two games in this series, they've been outscored 16 to 3.
Yeah, not doing too good.
Hey, well, listen, they're 20 and 36, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
20 and 36. That's better than a third. And at this rate, they might actually win like over 50 games, it looks like to me. They got a good shot at about 55. That exciting?
That's a hell of a season.
Of course, if they won 55, that means they'd lose 107, but, you know, that's being negative. Geldy at the NBA Finals follows the Marlin Giants game, the third and final game of the series, and then etiquette 10 tonight. Get the game out of the way, you know, early, so you can sleep well tonight. Maureen Dowd writes, good old Maureen, she's always got something good to say in the New York Times, and this doesn't cost you a dime either. Isn't that great?
Wonderful.
Maureen says, is that right? You don't like Maureen Dowd?
I love her a lot.
Oh. As I write this on 6606, she said yesterday, well, it's today's paper, but yesterday's column, with the new Damien demonically wheeling through movie theaters trying to kill his mom in a remake of The Omen, let us now speak of famous Boogeyman. Now, who was in that movie, The Boogeyman?
Oh, there's been like
Guy from Seventh Heaven. I can never think of his name.
You're talking about the most recent one.
Barry Watson.
There you go.
Elementary, my dear Watson. The Bushes have always been good at using boogeymen to their political advantage, Maureen writes. Lee Atwater, the devilish strategist for Bush Sr., turned an obscure criminal named Willie Horton into the Candyman in 1988, whipping up the fear that if Michael Dukakis were elected, hordes of swarthy skells would be freed on weekend parole and swarm into your neighborhood. W supporters beat back the McCain threat in the 2000 South Carolina primary by spreading gossip that the Arizona senator had fathered a black baby, a creepy distortion of the fact that he and his wife had adopted a little girl from Bangladesh. Karl Rove, an Atwater acolyte, had a closet full of boogeymen whisking W past the finish line in 2004. Terrorists who might strike again, gays who wanted to get hitched, stem cell research, Darwin, Dan Rather, and a swift-boated John Kerry. W prefers tactical bait-noirs to real ones. Hillary followed his lead by joining conservatives to support a constitutional ban on flag burning. The president had a truly terrifying boogeyman in Osama, but instead conjured up a fake nuclear villain in Saddam. He has played down bin Laden, first diverting the resources needed to capture him, and now diverting the money needed to protect against his likely targets, letting Homeland Security funds be moved from New York and Washington. John Stewart has said that Omaha got a lot of Homeland Security money because it was under threat by the renowned Midwestern terrorist Osama bin Laden. Or Omaha bin Laden. I blew it. Omaha bin Laden. Isn't that cute?
That's cute.
That was cute, even though I blew it. As Mike Crowley of the New Republic notes, the FBI does not even mention 9/11 in its 10 most wanted fugitives profile of Osama. The poster updated November 2001 says bin Laden is wanted in the bombings of the U.S. embassies in Tanzania and Kenya, believe it, that killed 200 in 1998, and is a suspect in other terrorist attacks. Not one word of the nearly 3,000 killed on September 11th. Fearing that their monopoly on Washington power could be coming to an end, voters grumpy at Republicans over Iraq, gas prices, Medicare, Social Security, corruption, wild spending, and general incompetence, Bush strategists have revived the gay marriage Frankenstein to scare the base into turning out for the midterms. That bride of Frankenstein had better be female. Same-sex marriage is far less spooky than the 17 severed heads recently found in a village northeast of Baghdad, or the terror suspect accused of conspiring to behead the Canadian Prime Minister. W ignored the gay marriage issue in the 19 months after he used it to help him stay in the White House. To reprise it now, knowing it has no chance of passing, is so transparent that surely even the most blinkered values voters see through it. When pollsters ask Americans their top priorities, gay marriage doesn't leap onto the list. In a new ABC News poll, only 4 in 10 surveyed were in favor of rewriting the Constitution at all. Even as W gave a speech here promoting a constitutional amendment designed to demonize and discriminate against a group of Americans who have done nothing wrong, his heart didn't seem in it. A Democratic strategist noted on CNN that the president looked as cowed as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Wrestling with Iraq and Iran have worn down W, and he knows as we do that a couple of middle-aged guys who want to tie the knot in Provincetown is not the worst threat America faces. With our Marines needing refresher courses in core values, and with Dick Cheney promoting values like torture, government snooping, and preemptive war, it rings hollow to opportunistically proselytize on family values. Mary Cheney, the gay daughter of the vice president, told interviewers recently that her father opposed the marriage amendment. As the Times reader who sometimes emails me put it, the values voters turn out to be opinion voters. They believe that God hates homosexuals, that superstition trumps science every time, that all those foreigners ought to be sent back where they came from, and that all government programs are wasteful and immoral except, of course, for the government programs which benefit them. Those are opinions, not values, and willfully ignorant opinions at that. I know Republicans are desperate. Does it make sense to use gay love to hate monger here when we have so much real hate coming at us from abroad? Ask your buddy Maureen Dowd. Nice going, Maureen. You go, girl.
Very good.
Let's see how many votes we got on the poll. Let's see if we got a fighting shot at 1,000 today, because if not, boy, I'm taking the rest of the month off. The rest of the year. 625. You think we're alive? That's and you know something? Nice. Somebody didn't put Karen Carpenter on this poll. Did I say Karen Carpenter? I said it right on the air.
You did?
Yes. Did I say that, Josh?
He's getting the food right now, but I don't remember you saying that. I'll put it on right now.
He's getting the food right now. So you see what I'm up against? These are the priorities.
No, I'm right here. What's going on?
I said Karen Carpenter. You didn't put that bitch on there. What are you, like, anti-Carpenter now?
What are you talking about? You didn't tell me to do that.
The hell I did not. Play the tape back. I will bet you your next $17 billion.
When? Tell me when. I'll rewind it.
I don't remember
very early in the hour. When
like that story he made up about Billy Preston this morning. It's all right.
Yeah, you're making a lot of stuff up.
Billy Preston died from AIDS.
I didn't say that.
And Karen Carpenter, she would have just eaten an extra sandwich. Okay, I didn't say it. Whatever you... look, I know that. I saw that movie many times.
What, Gaslight?
That's the one.
With Humphrey Bogart?
Yeah, with Billy Preston. 634 votes. I think we may have a shot. You think?
Let's get out and push.
Oh, there's John Stewart.
What? Now that is the most surprising thing about
got the call. Although I have to say, I was a big fan of their variety show.
Sharon Lee Bob.
I still remember. I still remember one of their big hits. We got to do something about outsourcing to India.
Oh boy. Anyway, like I said, I just am not fortunate enough to catch all the really funny bits he does. 634 votes. Who's your favorite dead singer? John Lennon, 134. Bob Marley, 76. Bob Marley, my ass. Come on.
I don't get that.
I mean, I understand that a lot of people like Bob Marley and liked his hairdo and liked the fact he used to smoke a big fat spliff, man, but come on. But, you know, we're asking their opinion, and maybe they just got crappy opinions, you know. Jim Morrison, 62. Elvis, 42. Roy Orbison, Roy the Boy, that's what the fags say, Roy the Boy, 40. Marvin Gaye, 37. Johnny Cash, 33. Jimi Hendrix has got...
About 30, man.
Kurt Cobain, 29. You see the connection between most of these names and drugs? Yeah. They like the druggies. Not necessarily... I mean, Jimi Hendrix, could he sing or what, huh? So he spent most of his time in a purple...
Haze?
No. Gown. Kurt Cobain and Jimi Hendrix each have about 30. Jim Croce, 25. George Harrison, 25. Patsy Cline, She's Still Walking After Midnight, 21. Freddie Mercury, 17. He died of pneumonia. Janis Joplin, 15. He might have actually had pneumocystis pneumonia. See, so I should have said, like, headache.
Right.
Toothache. Janis Joplin, 15. Jerry Garcia, 14. Karen Carpenter just went on her. She already got one. She'd have a whole bunch of you to put around her when I told you.
That's right.
Rick Nelson, a dozen. Frank Sinatra, 8. Buddy Holly, 8. Didn't need enough, though. Billy Preston, 3. Celia Cruz has got a pair. I believe that. And not where you think, either. Karen Carpenter, 1. Nat King Cole, 1. And Mama Cass Elliott, none. Now, did they say that was just a made-up story about... That was like an apocryphal,
That was correct. It was a made-up story.
About her choking on a sandwich or something?
Of any sort, that's right.
That was... What did she... Well, let's Google it. Let's do it.
Right. Wikipedia probably has it.
Yeah, Wikipedia. It's wicked, has Mama Cass. What about, what's her name? Who also is dead. There aren't really too many female singers, you know, when you come right down to it.
Who are you talking about?
Peggy Lee is still alive, isn't she, or is she dead? I mean, I wouldn't put her on there, huh?
No idea.
You don't have any idea about Peggy Lee? Well, while you're on Wikipedia, do a little Peggy Lee dance.
Well, that's a different website.
She's got fever in the morning and something at night. I can't say it, though. So 6:43, we'll be closing in on 700 by the end of the hour, which is approaching very fast. Not fast enough for me. Wait till I get to this Enquirer stuff, man. It is just, although I can't show you the pictures on the radio. Taylor Hicks gay scandal. I mean, come on, you know. That's supposed to be like a bulletin? Good God. Oh, Jessica and Nick war spreads to the siblings. Now, you know, Ashley Simpson, who's a tremendous talent. Now, let's see. She married Drew, his brother. Is that correct?
I'm afraid I'm not as up to date on The Simpsons as I should be.
No, that's not true.
Oh. Well, see, Josh is. It's obviously he's big on Ashley Simpson.
No, I'm definitely not.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The picture of Jessica here, she looks like a guy with a blonde wig.
He's got a picture of her in his wallet.
Oh, who, Ashley?
Right.
Yeah. Harry keeps it close to his ash. 6:43, we got a shot. As Jimmy Johnson said, we got a shot. And of course, in his case, he should have been shot. Made up a lot of stories. Made trashed the brainstem real bad. It was all done, washed up, and then he came in there. What did he do? How long was he there? 4 years, I think? Made a fool of himself?
Yeah, he didn't do too well.
No. Talked a big game, though, and now, of course, he's on their Fox talking bop with that idiot. They're not going to bring back Shannon Sharp again, are they, this football season? Please tell me no.
Well, we would hope not, so that means probably.
My God. Why the racial organization don't do something about that? He sets race relations back about 6,000 years, man. He just... impossible. Plus being an idiot. At least Dion was a snappy dresser. It's tough out there for a pimp, you know it?
No question.
10:56 at 560 WQAM. Hey, all you horse racing fans and poker players, Pompano Park Racing and Poker's got all the plunging action you want. We'll also feature simulcasting of the Belmont Stakes this Saturday, June 10th. You don't have to waste any extra gas or drive any further than you have to in order to watch and plunge on the third leg of the Triple Crown, or as they call it this year, the Cripple Crown. Pompano Park will feature early bird wagering on the Belmont this Friday, June 9th, starting at 1 p.m. And then on Saturday, June 10th, Belmont Day, you can watch him plunge your guts out on the Belmont Stakes, plus the last two races from Belmont Park. Come be part of the crowd as they root home the winner of the third leg of the Triple Crown. There won't be no Triple Crown winner this year. You can be sure of that. Pompano Park will also have free past performance pages for the Belmont field. In fact, I don't want to be insensitive, but I think that Barbaro could kind of like limp around the track and maybe have a shot at it. Huh?
You're going to hurt that horse's feelings.
No. Located just a half mile from both I-95 and the Turnpike, Pompano Park is easy to get to. And best of all, Pompano Park offers you free admission and free general parking every day. Live harness racing in the Great Smoke-Free Poker Room is open every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, like today. Poker gets underway at noon, goes on till midnight, and live racing gets underway nightly at 7:25 tonight, and every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And also, speaking of Wednesdays, every Wednesday at Pompano Park is Dollar Night. That's when draft beer, sodas, hot dogs, and more, just $1 a piece, starting at 6 p.m. So whatever you do, don't miss the Belmont. You can see it and bet on it this Saturday, June 10th, at Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For the current racing schedule, call 954-972-2000 or on the web, pompanopark.com. And when you go to Pompano Park, go up in a clubhouse and be sure and compliment my good friend Dick on those really great Hawaiian shirts he wears.
This is Neil Rogers.
That's the Feinberg we like, old Dick Feinberg. Not you, Joel, you jackass.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Hello, this is Albert Kaida from Taliban Records inviting you American infidel to buy latest Cat Stevens collection.
You know Muhammad is right. Let's take your head off your body. Got a machete with a real sharp blade. How I wish I had an American hostage. Make those infidels pay.
Also including this classic.
I was on the airplane and suddenly was detained. They're mad 'cause I converted and wear a towel on my head. I'm being followed by an F-16. What do they want with me?
The money from your purchase does not go to fund terrorism, really.
It's not time to get off the plane. Just relax and take it easy. You're just dumb, that's your fault. It wouldn't happen if I were a Jew. Fine dark skin and a rag if you want a detainee.
Another variation on a classic.
I ask myself every day which American should pay. Tell me, who would Muhammad slay? I'm cutting through the neck of a woman. She lifted her veil and exposed herself.
So buy new Cat Stevens collection today for $19.95. Or you can pay with Visa, MasterCard, or weapons of mass destruction.
And back at you. Uh-oh. Paper jam. Oh, no. Oh. Bad one. Oh. Paper cut.
No. Oh.
Oh, no. Okay, just relax. I can't afford for this story not to print out. This is too important. Right. You want to hear the heading? Russell Shaw writes, Anne Coulter bitches, too kind a word for you. Got it?
I got it.
You don't like that?
I'm jonesing to hear more.
Well, let me see if this is going to print out now.
All right.
There it is. Oh, thanks God for my really nifty equipment here. Oh, thank the Lord, man. Earlier today, this is yesterday, on the Huffington Post, Russell Shaw wrote this. The Today Show's Matt Lauer challenged fright-wing pundit, not right-wing, but fright-wing pundit Anne Coulter on this charming statement of hers. These self-obsessed women seem genuinely unaware that 9/11 was an attack on our nation and acted like as if the terrorist attack only happened on them. They believe the entire country was required to marinate in their exquisite personal agony, apparently denouncing Bush was part of the closure process. Then Matt said, and this is the part I really need to talk to you about, these broads are millionaires, lionized on TV and in articles about them, reveling in their status as celebrities, and stalked by grief parizzis. I've never seen people enjoying their husband's death so much. Because they dare speak out, Matt then asked? Anne Coulter then said something to the effect that the left loves the fact that by being widows, these women exude a certain gravitas of quotability. Well, Anne, if you believe these are reveling millionaire broads, I invite you to be a fly on the wall tonight. A fly on the wall is one of these widows looks at her dead husband's picture on her desk and remembers the finer times. A fly on the wall is one of these widows looks at the other side of what was her marriage bed and sees no one there. A fly on the wall is one of these widows introduces a new male friend to her children, and they instantaneously, yet only to themselves, wonder if he'll be as kind and loving to their mother as their slain father was. A fly on the wall is one of these widows listens to a new audio tape by Osama bin Laden and wonders why the man who was the ultimate mastermind of her husband's murder hasn't been caught. A fly on the wall is one of these widows kneels in prayer, looks up to heaven at the projected presence of her slain husband's spirit, and with tears in her eyes says, I'm doing this for you because you can, sweetheart. A fly on the wall is one of these widows reads or hears Anne Coulter's hurtful, spiteful words and damns Anne Coulter to hell. I'm no authority on the next life, Anne Coulter, but I know something about this life, and in this life, consigning you to bitchdom is too kind an assignation. I've got a better word for you, Anne Coulter. That word rhymes with what football teams often do on fourth down. Is that good or what,
That's great.
Woo! You punt. All right.
She's a whore, paid off whore.
Man, that's good.
Transvestite.
Oh, yeah, well, just like Miss Fudge, her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, thanks to a faxer out there who faxed us in the MS on Mama Cass.
I printed that up off of Wikipedia and sent it to you.
Oh, I thought the listener sent this in.
No.
Well, thanks to George for printing this up.
No,
I got a paper cut during that last little crisis there.
Mother
Just a small one, but on my knuckle.
Ooh.
Well, I sure hope that doesn't open up a woodbine. I bleed on the machine, man.
Infection.
Wouldn't be the first time. I had some bloody machine. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I know you're not too big on dark folks, but I want to put Luther Vandross
what does
on
that
your
mean?
phone.
What does that mean?
Give it Luther Vandross on the phone.
Yeah, so what does that mean? Some of my favorite singers were black.
Okay, you can't tell from the way
Okay,
you...
get out of here. Not too big on black folks. All that Motown stuff. Well, what is wrong with you? Why do people say that? That's such an asinine thing to say, I deal with people as people, all right? Some of my best friends are white. Put Luther Vandross on there. I put more black artists on there, but I just can't think of that many who are dead,
Marvin Gaye.
Can you? Who?
Marvin Gaye.
He's on there.
All right.
He was kind of like light mocha anyway, He wasn't chocolate enough. He was like even lighter than Ray Nogginhead. Well, name me some. We got Jimi Hendrix on it. Let's look at the list. Bob Marley. It seems to me he was pretty damn dark, huh?
That's a pretty dark list now that you...
Marvin Gaye. Jimi Hendrix, right?
Right.
Let's see.
Billy Preston.
Billy Preston was black. Nat King Cole. I got news for you. There are no darker people in the world than Nat King Cole.
Nat King, black as coal.
Right, that's correct. He just happened to be a very dark complexion. You know what? Like Sidney Poitier is. He wasn't a singer. What about Johnny Nash? You said something about him yesterday.
Yeah, that he died of AIDS.
He dead? Huh?
I said he died of AIDS.
Oh, will you stop already? I wonder if he's dead or alive. We could put him on there. He won't get any votes, though. He had a couple of good songs.
I'll check it out.
Luther Vandross. So there aren't that many dead big singer people that I can think of. If you got some, fine. Black.
Right. That's their job to do the research.
Like, how about Q Sakamoto? We can put a Japanese guy on there, but I'm not too big on the Japanese,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
People say this crap. I don't know where that comes from, man.
Oh, maybe he heard the show.
Oh, yeah, maybe he heard you make some kind of a racist remark. Or probably it was Josh who made that comment about Steve Nash that day. Speaking of Nash. Oh, there's Q Sakamoto on Capitol Records. Eating some of that sukiyaki.
Boy, the vocals are like nowhere on there.
Yeah, that's why I talked it up real good, but you couldn't hear him sing it. That's okay, that's enough.
Wow.
Q Sakamoto. I had that record. Aren't you excited about that?
Yeah.
Don't ask me why. Well, because it was a hit. When you're a kid, you go out and you buy all the hits.
I understand.
All the hits, all the time. Right. Myths. An urban legend holds that Mama Cass Elliott died while choking on a ham sandwich. This is patently incorrect. Shortly after her death, but before her autopsy, the Times published an article. I quoted her doctor as speculating that she probably died as a result of choking on a sandwich while lying in bed. However, later that week, the coroner found no food in her trachea and determined that the cause of death was heart failure. Oh, how could that be? She didn't weigh more than 800 pounds.
That's right.
Nevertheless, the juicy rumor spread, with the popular imagination embellishing that it was a ham sandwich, possibly based on an association with ham pigs and her obesity. No. Another version of the story holds that the doctor found a sandwich or partially eaten sandwich in her room, causing him to speculate about the cause of death. The urban legend led to the joke that if Mama Cass had given Karen Carpenter a ham sandwich, they'd both be alive today. I always liked that. That's cute. Come on, Karen. Just a little nosh. Come on. Another popular myth about Mama Cass is that her vocal range was improved after she was hit on the head by copper tubing shortly before joining the band. Elliott had been dogging her friend and former bandmate Denny Doherty to let her join the band. The myth purports that while Cass and the band members were in the Virgin Islands, copper tubing fell on her head and miraculously changed her voice. The myth was started by band member John Phillips as a justification for letting her into the band after initially refusing her to allow to join. He repeats the story himself on the PBS special California Dreamin', the Songs of the Mamas and Papas, insisting it's true. Casey Kasem repeated the story during his show. It was right after they lost that damn dog. Now, let's see. I bet you got the Mamas and the Papas, huh?
Oh, yeah. Scads of them.
Well, I don't want to hear it.
I love them.
I like them a lot, but I don't want to hear it. The E! True Hollywood story biography about Mama Cass reports and revives the completely unfounded and baseless rumor that singer-songwriter John Lennon of the Beatles may have been the father of Elliot's daughter, Owen. Uh-oh.
No, that's just a tease.
This rumor most likely, but you cut it off because you know I was going to nail it.
That's right.
This rumor most likely originated from Cass's obsession with the Beatle. Many years after Cass's death, bad mate Michelle Phillips helped Owen find her real biological father. It's Wednesday, it's not Monday, so can that crap. How are we doing on the poll? We're going to make that 1,000 a day or what? That's what everybody in town is talking about. That's what I'm hearing. That's the feedback I'm getting. Because 690 votes, 690. Ooh, I can't say that. You know something? During the break, 693. During the break, we hopped over. We went from 665 at the top of the hour. I refreshed it and went to 667, so we hopped over the obvious. That's good. That's a good thing.
Must have been Jesus.
693 votes. Luther Vandross, by the way, don't have any votes yet. We put him on there, even though I'm not too big on dark people. Providence, I'll tell you one thing. Can't get much bigger than that with that icy sleeve. Now, is he wearing that icy hot sleeve and the icy hot patch during the game tomorrow night?
No.
Can't hurt, huh? I'll tell you one thing, mister. When you go to Detroit, you better wear all the protective armor you can. That's just what I want to tell you right now. Just keep that in mind. You ever been in Detroit?
No.
Do not go there. In fact, I finally thought of the names Fowlerville and Weberville and Brighton. These are the, remember the other day I couldn't think of those names as you're driving from west into Detroit?
Right.
And you go through all these suburbs, these, and Northville, all these Fowlerville and Brighton and Weberville. Oh, God. Exotica Miami Beach is fun and exciting venue for the public to purchase the hottest new products and services from the adult industry. Meet adult stars including Jenna Jameson and the Club Jenna Girls, Tara Patrick and others. Take pictures you can brag about for years. Shop for something sexy in the largest adult marketplace on the East Coast. Enjoy entertainment on stage with acts ranging from the comedic stylings of Ron Jeremy. I guarantee you, one look at him, you'll pee in your pants laughing. To a 15-person male and female group performance. I'm talking about with his clothes on. Enjoy hours of entertainment, burlesque, hot body contest, and lots more. Whatever way you decide to celebrate your sexiness, enjoy it with Exotica at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Promises to be a real, memorable experience. Go to their website, exoticamiami.com. That's with triple X, 3 X's, of course. We wouldn't have it any other way, because we're perverts. Go to exoticamiami.com, buy your tickets, check out who's coming, and get info on the nightly after parties. Exoticamiami.com this weekend, Friday, June 9th through Sunday the 11th, the Miami Beach Convention Center. Must be 18 over with valid ID, and must be extra horny. The Exotica Miami Beach, a celebration of, dare we say it, sexy.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Take off those checkered pants.
When are you going to CBS? Why do we give the dime? You should have stayed at NBC. Shouldn't take the job from an old man. You're only good when you're perky. Credibility's what you lack. Are you going to cross your legs and smile when you're live on the scene in Iraq? So goodbye to the Today Show and all those cooking segments. You won't trade quits with El Roker or interview the cast of Friends. Matt Lauer is the happiest guy in the world. Couldn't wait for you to go. Oh, you're nuts to think that your future lies beyond the Today Show.
Is she started yet or what? I don't watch CBS News. Is she on
no
right
idea.
now? Oh. I bet you Josh watches CBS News. He probably like that old fuddy-duddy Bob Schieffer.
No, I'm good.
I bet you don't watch any nightly newscast, do you?
I don't watch news, period, actually.
Good. Good thinking. It gets you depressed.
I'll read the paper, but that's it.
Yeah, you read our bedtime stories. That's all you need to know.
That's right.
Yeah, the titles.
Oh. National Association of Broadcasters President and CEO David Rear, who's kind of a pain in the
rear
ass, has sent a letter to FCC Chairman Kevin Martin urging the Commission to investigate satellite radio's offering of free listenership. The NAB is concerned about free trial subscriptions that have become standard with new XM and Sirius receivers installed in cars, thus allowing listeners to hear potentially offensive and indecent material without having paid for it, as well as recent reports of radios being able to pick up Satcaster signals that are over-modulating,
Over-modulating.
So they're like bleeding over into the conventional terrestrial bands. Rear says that the NAB is concerned about the unequal regulatory treatment between free over-the-air and satellite radio, and damn well ought to be. He cites recent articles about satellite broadcasting bleeding through so they can be picked up on FM radios, and notes, here's the best part, that we had this once before, even though Norma will probably send me a breathless email about it later on. Notes that people listening to NPR and Christian radio on non-commercial stations at the end of the radio band have been especially subject to the receipt of unwelcome satellite programming that could clearly fall within the FCC's definition of indecent material during NPR and Christian radio. Oh, my God. The NAB has passed along complaints to the FCC that stations have received over such incidents. Rear also discusses free trials of satellite radio in new cars and in rental cars, and says to the extent that satellite radio service is now received free by non-subscribers, this undermines the frequently made argument that satellite radio should be regulated very differently than traditional broadcast radio, simply because satellite is a subscription service. So you see, they're creeping into our frequencies now, just like that Spanish language crap. I don't hear any more about that. Have they done anything about it? Have they killed Castro or something? What have they done about that? Nothing.
I don't know.
Is that still bleeding through real bad?
I don't know. I can only
no speaking English in the background? So whatever happened with the voices I was hearing before, Josh? Did you go in there and investigate?
Yeah, there was nothing going on.
I heard some voices in the back during a couple of spots. In fact, I think it was Robert Grieper saying, yeah. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing today?
Okay.
Listen, yesterday you mentioned a fruit fly, and it cracked me up, because you used to play a bit where something about the guy being hung like a fruit fly.
Uh-huh.
If you could think of what that is and play it for me,
No, we can't play that no more. You're dreaming, man. We can't play that. In fact, if we did, we would get hung. We'd get the old severed head routine.
Right, not like a fruit fly either.
This guy, you people just don't understand it, do you? Now that the House is going to, cave in, if they haven't done it already this morning, they're going to do it sometime today, and they're going to pass that indecency thing that the same one the Senate passed, and they're going to jack up the fines to $325,000 per instead of $32,000. If you think that it's repressive and restrictive now, you ain't heard nothing yet. That's why it's so stupid that Norma's having this idiotic meeting with the two of the triumvirate there on Friday. You know the triumvirate, Joyce, Joe, and Josh? Darrow, that is. Yeah, that's we ought to change our name. Well, let's see if Jan and Paul Crotch will allow us to steal their name. Trinity Broadcasting. That's the evil trinity. Yeah, Joe, Josh, and Joyce.
The three J's.
Not necessarily in that order. Yeah. See, they thought that the 3 6s were the evil thing. No, it's the 3 J's. They probably thought it stand for old Jews. So don't be talking crap like that, man. You're going to wind up in prison, in federal prison. I'm going to get to this Enquirer stuff in a minute after we take 400 calls.
All right, you've been teasing.
Now let's keep our eye on that poll now, because I don't, Josh lays down on a job. He's not pushing the audience to get on there and vote.
We're definitely going to get 1,000 there. Don't worry.
7:15, old bean. 7:15. I don't know. It's 22 past 11. Time is marching on. And you know once 2 o'clock gets here, you know what it is. You know what day it is? It's not Tuesday, so it's not Prince Spaghetti Day. It's not Thursday, so I'm not wearing a green shirt. It's Woodbine Wednesday, man.
Oh. Now, do you have a lucky shirt?
Actually, if I played my cards right, what I could do is, maybe during a long break, I could, get my clothes all on and go down there and get that package.
Right.
Because that's got the new Boca Brian disc, and it's also got all my new stuff for my iPod.
That is correct.
I don't want to get involved with Gary Sarner, but it just frosts my fat ass. But then again, they don't listen to the station anyway, and certainly not to this show, because they're all a bunch of sports nerds, and what does this show have to do with that, But now that I got my iPod, and I'm shopping around for maybe a docking station, and I'm hearing certain other people doing it. I don't want to get involved in it, but Gary Sarner, man, you are as useless as breast on a hog. Speaking of that, here's that picture of Barbara Streisand. Oh
boy.
And she's got no bra on.
Oh, you're scaring me.
My
I haven't
goodness.
even seen the picture, and I'm afraid.
You know something? If you saw this picture, if you want to scare the terrorists, this would do it.
Yeah.
If you want to send Osama back into the hills, this would do it.
She could use a burqa.
Oh, please. Man, every jerka should be covered by a burqa.
Yeah, so are they pointing down?
Then off to the side.
Oh.
She's got a jacket on, and it only shows her right breast, which is drooping down, kind of like southeast direction. The other one is kind of like I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. And she's got a pupik on here, man. She makes Fat Boy look like Karen Carpenter on a bad day. See, the thing on the cover is stars with deadly eating disorders. Now, most of the ones they show, not all, but many of them are anorexic, like Nicole Richie, who weighs 4 pounds. Nicole Richie has got a bra on, and I have no idea why.
She's wear it over her face.
No, seriously, my boobs are bigger than hers. They're not even debatable. She's wearing a bra on. What's the point? For what?
She's a nasty skank.
Good God. And then it says, guess who? Low point, 5'6", 91 pounds. I guess you have to turn into the article and find out who that is. Oh, here, it's Ashley Simpson, Josh's soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
She's 5'6", and she weighs 70 pounds. Oh, she's not even the one on the front page. She's a different one. Oh, here she. Oh, another one. Courtney Thorne-Smith, 5'6" and 103 pounds.
Wow, she used to look good.
Barbara, who doesn't weigh, she don't weigh an ounce over 600. Seriously, here's a much bigger version of the picture on the front cover.
I'm going to have to go buy that magazine now.
Oh, you got to get this. It's the June 12th issue. Well, you won't miss it, believe me. Eating disorders. Felicity Huffman, she 5'5" and 98 pounds.
God.
Kelly Clarkson, 5'4", 109. See, I really don't know them. I mean, you can only imagine. Oh, Oprah, her ass is bigger than an apartment complex. I got to read this right now. Okay? See, you're getting me all out of order here. But this is Kirstie Alley. Oh, look at that. Oh. Listen, she makes Barbara look like Halle Berry on her hottest ever day.
I'm going to have to go during a break.
There is a picture here, the before picture, before she started wearing these real tight skirts. You in your life, you have never seen. You want to vomit meals that you can't even remember what it was anymore. Oh my goodness! Wow, her ass, her pupik, her boobs. I mean, and the face, the hair. You've got to get this, please. I'm begging you. Somebody's got to bring it into you. The June 12th issue of the National Enquirer. It is a must. Oprah Winfrey, and it's got a picture of that cow. She was on a 400-calorie-a-day diet, and then she added a couple of zeros on the end. She says, I have an eating addiction that I'm constantly trying to control. I know there have been instances where I'm eating to repress my feelings. Poor baby, with her $1 billion. With those words, Oprah, a lifelong yo-yo dieter, confessed the world's worst-kept secret to her talk show audience. Now 52, she's also admitted, I've been struggling with my weight since I was 22. In her most famous weight-related episode, 5'7" Oprah lost 67 pounds in 3 months on a 400-calorie-a-day liquid protein diet in 1988. By the way, several people died on that. She proudly showed off her slim 130-pound figure on national TV in sleek size 10 jeans. But 2 days later, the jeans didn't fit no mo, and her weight continued to soar, hitting a high of 275. 2 days! She finally took control of her eating when insiders say doctors told her to diet or die as she turned 50. Just about a year ago, she proudly showed off her remarkable 100-pound weight loss in fitted clothes. Since then, she's packed on 57 more pounds.
Wow.
While she's tried numerous diets and exercise regimens, her addiction to food always seems to prevail in the end. Food is my drug, she says, and I just can't kick it. Old style, new style, any style. Wow, what a cow. Man, see, one thing about me, I'm now 187 this morning. It's not too bad for me, huh?
Right.
Not good. I'm still a cow. I'm looking back, I'm sitting here in my boxer shorts.
Way better than you have been.
Than it used to be. Better than that 240 at IOD.
Ooh.
Man, I can't even imagine what that was like. Huh? When I used to wear those big Guayaberas, speaking of those fancy colored shirts that Big Feinberg wears.
Put your shoes on without straining.
Shoes? What were those?
Yeah.
27 past 11 at 560 WQAM. If you love boating, hey, everybody likes getting out there in the water, having a great time. Especially in South Florida. But if you ever thought about buying a boat, just stop and think before you do it, because there's so many negatives. First of all, the cost, and then, of course, all the grief and work. Instead of doing that, I have to mark that down. It was the first time I coughed today. I'm making a big comeback. Instead of wasting all that money, call Club Nautico at 1-800-BOAT-RENT right now. Why would you want to pay the expenses of boat ownership when you can rent one totally hassle-free? This is the first smart people to do it and get out there in the water the intelligent way. Join the club, Club Nautico. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. You'll be amazed just how easy to make it for you. No docking costs, no expensive upkeep, no insurance, or dare I say it, no hurricane preparation starting as of a couple days ago. We're in hurricane season. With a boat from Club Nautico, it's totally stress-free and affordable, too. What's not to like? Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. No getting the boat ready because guess what? Club Nautico does it for you. No cleaning up either. Guess what again? At Club Nautico, you just hop on your boat and go and have a fabulous time. When you're done pulling into the dock, get off and leave, just walk away. Just waddle away. Club Nautico, call them at 1-800-BOAT-RENT, whether it's unlimited boating to pay as you go, whether it's small boats all the way up to yacht charters and everything in between. These are the people you want to call, Club Nautico. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. Let Club Nautico tailor a plan to fit what you need and your budget, too. Save a lot of cash and all the hassle, too. Get on the water the smart and expensive way with Club Nautico today. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
Gang rape is funny.
On the next Oprah, you'll be shocked. You'll be amazed. You'll be talking about it for the next however long until she shocks you again. Oprah makes your wildest dreams come true. Today, everyone in the studio audience, all 276 members, get a brand new liver.
Everybody gets a liver! Everybody gets a liver!
Then, tomorrow, all 276 studio audience members get a brand new uvula.
Everybody gets a brand new uvula!
The next day, all 276 members of the studio audience get a 3-foot helper monkey.
Everybody gets a 3-foot helper monkey! Everybody gets a 3-foot helper monkey!
The next day, all 276 audience members get a new prosthetic arm.
Everybody gets a prosthetic arm! Everybody gets a prosthetic arm!
Oprah, giving away great stuff she didn't have to pay for, even though she could easily afford to. And next season, everybody in the studio audience gets Stedman.
Everybody gets Stedman! Everybody gets Stedman!
We're past 27 to limit at 560 WQM. We got, I think, 700 and some votes, huh? We get close to 800 by the end of the hour. We got it licked. What do we got? 745. I think we got a shot, don't you?
We got something.
Your favorite dead singer? I think we ought to put like Tammy Terrell on there too. She was great. Speaking of dark dead singers.
Sure won't get any votes.
Kim Weston, Tammy Terrell, huh?
Let's do it.
What about Gladys Knight? She's not dead, but she was black. Get that one guy happy. 746 votes on there. Mama Cass is on the bottom with 1. Luther Vandross has got only 1. Billy Preston, 3. Nat King Cole, 3. Celia Cruz, 8. Buddy Holly, 8. Karen Carpenter did not eat. 12. Rick Nelson, 13. I guess this audience wasn't that crazy about Rick Nelson.
Who?
Come on, you like his music.
Yes, he's fine.
Jerry Garcia. He was better than Jerry Garcia.
You got that right.
Okay, and Jerry Garcia's got 15. How do you like that? All you Rick Nelson fans better hop on there, man, and start revolting. What the hell is that?
It's Ricky Nelson.
Get out of here. Oh, I hate that song. Why did you pick that song to play of all the songs he had? How about something schmaltzy like Hello Mary Lou? Huh? There we go. Like I said, something schmaltzy like Hello Mary Lou, or Traveling Man, or something with a little bit of a beat to it, a little something something. Anyway, there you go. That was the first music video ever made. I put it out once before, and it was boring then, and it's boring now. Yeah, Ozzie Nelson. Huh? Did you know that?
I do now.
Well, I told you before, but you forgot it because you're too much drugs. But that was the first music video ever made, and Ozzie Nelson done it. And in the background, he, with his group there, they were singing a song. In the background, they had clips from Hawaii and different places, all over the world.
Now, how come Garden Party is in here under Rick Nelson and everything else is under Ricky Nelson?
Well, that's because by that time he became Rick. When you get to be a certain age. Now, that's an interesting point,
Yeah.
No, seriously. Like in sports, no matter how old a guy gets to be, he's always like Bobby or Tommy or Timmy, Eddie. Yeah. But like in the real world, like in real life, he went from Ricky Nelson to Rick Nelson because he was trying to shed his teenage pop star image, and of course he went over like a lead balloon, and he was pretty PO'd about it. He did that thing at Madison Square Garden. He didn't sing all the old hits, and they booed, and he got all bent out of shape, and that's why he did the song. In fact, this is the song.
Yeah.
Why are you playing all this Rick Nelson? He's dead.
Yeah.
Jerry Garcia's got 15, and that's just, I don't know what you people are thinking about. Janis Joplin, 16. Patsy Cline, 23. Or is that Pasty? Freddie Mercury, 24. He died from hiccups. Frank Sinatra, 25. Jim Croce, 27. George Harrison, 28. My sweet Lord. I got my mind set in you. Jimi Hendrix, 32. Kurt Cobain, 34. Oh, you got to see that movie.
Whoa. Might blow your own brains out.
Oh, yeah. If you're feeling like a little on the edge of suicidal, this will put you right over the edge. Last Days with Michael Pitt. Ooh. Johnny Cash, 36. I mean, I like Johnny Cash, okay, but I don't know. He's like 2, 4. Well, a lot of these in the top 10. But then again, that's your taste. You know what bad taste I have in music. Oh, that Ring of Fire, man. Every time you sit down on that thing, it hurts like hell.
Rectum.
It's a hemorrhoid song. In fact, don't we have a thing like that?
Love.
Yes, we do.
What's it called? You don't know what it's called? I don't.
I think it's Ass on Fire or something.
Oh, is it Ass on Fire? Well, that guy wanted to hear ass before. We can't play that. Oh. You ask and we give it to you.
By the way, it burns.
Comment in there.
My butt is burning me.
Comment in there, you ass.
My fat ass.
Anyway, yeah, that's Joyce. She's the badass. She's part of the Trinity, man. Don't ever forget it. The Evil Jays. Josh, Joe, and Joyce. That's Josh Darrow, by the way. You're going to have to change your name.
Look, we've been through this. Just call him
we
Clarence.
have. Huh?
Just call him Clarence.
Yeah, but Clarence don't begin with a J, okay? It just doesn't fit in. Johnny Cash, 37. Marvin Gaye, 41. Roy the Boy, 45. Elvis, 49. Our audience is not really like Elvis intensive, and we're very satisfied with that because he's highly overrated.
Yeah.
He was a great innovator and a great entertainer in Vegas.
The very
great
first
live
rock
shows.
star and great performer, put on a hell of a show.
But when you come down to what you call that music, I mean, most of it was crap.
Most of it was
Jim
crap.
Morrison, 72. Now we're talking. That's more up my alley, Sally. In fact, I don't want to. I got the album over on the side there, but I'm not going to do that. Or give you. There you go. How's that?
Come on, come on, come
What the
on.
hell is that? Oh,
Tax me.
I see.
Well, it's not the time of the year for that. Jim Morrison, 72. Bob Marley, 86. And John Lennon wins hands down your pants, 152. Okay, there you go. That's enough. Same bed. Oh, so I got to find the Yoko story before I go through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my Enquirer here. I'm going to go page by page, and then we'll take a vote among the three of us. And, of course, then I'll read whatever stories I feel like. I mean, whichever ones you think I should. Oh, no, here it is. You will love it. You got to get this issue, I'm telling you. Take up a collection on the street corner there, and you can get the $1.50 to buy it. Yoko goes loco while getting Botox shot. And it's got a picture of her all freaked out here with the shades on. Oh, man, with her mouth wide open. Ah, like that.
Oh, those giant goggles she's always wearing?
Yeah. Yoko Ono had a Botox breakdown.
Oh, no. I mean,
the 73-year-old widow of former Beatle John Lennon went berserk in a Beverly Hills doctor's orifice, refusing to let the doctor into the exam room until he showed identification, then throwing a tantrum after the Botox shots didn't show immediate results. Oh, God.
You know, I'm
well,
really
maybe he had bad eyesight.
I don't have any
He was pretty Mias himself, you know. He would nothing to look at.
That's right. But he could.
But you think with all his money and his fame, he's a rock star. He could do a little better than that. That's
anybody,
right.
But, you know.
Yoko recently booked an appointment for Botox treatments with celebrity dermatologist Dr. Arnold Klein, hoping to get rid of a few wrinkles before a photo shoot she had scheduled for the following day. She thought that some Botox would help her look younger in the photos, the source told the Enquirer. The source also said that Yoko was a nervous wreck before the appointment, consumed by the bizarre notion that fans might follow her to Dr. Klein's orifice and try to impersonate him. I mean, not paranoid, you understand, not like that. Oh, she's perfect for our management team. Too bad Yoko don't pick it with the J. Yoko was waiting in one of the treatment rooms when the doctor knocked on the door. Yoko asked for his ID. Are you serious, the doctor asked her? Yoko explained that she had to be careful because she was in L.A. for a photo shoot and people were following her. Dr. Klein showed his ID and Yoko let him in. He gave Yoko the Botox shots and handed her a mirror, and when she saw her reflection, she threw a fit. She pitched a fit. She started, well, if I look like that and look in the mirror, I'd pitch a fit too. In fact, already I do. She started screaming that she couldn't see any difference in that for all the money he's charging, she should notice an immediate change. She then stormed out of the office in a fit of rage. About 3 hours later, Yoko called the doctor. For nearly 20 minutes, she apologized for how she acted and blamed her behavior on nervousness because she'd never had Botox shots before. Oh, she ought to get a shot. That's the kind. Dr. Klein was polite and accepted her apology. Yoko's PR admits Yoko went to see Dr. Klein for consultation, but said there was no Botox treatment. She did not leave angry. Right. Her gigantic publicity machine. Man, now what? And Julian, isn't that the kid, Julian Lennon?
Yes.
Is he a good-looking kid?
No.
Does he sing good?
No.
But other than that, man, they all got it from Mommy, I guess. Don't go see The Omen, by the way. If you want to do something useful, go out and rent or buy the DVD, the original one. Isn't that some good advice? Now, did I ask Josh the other day, did you see The Omen?
Yeah, I said I haven't.
Huh?
I said I haven't.
You have an Omen?
Yep.
Pretty good, huh? The one with Gregory Peck.
I have not seen it.
You have it, but you haven't seen it?
I have not.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you said you have it. You have it.
You're just hearing things today.
Yeah, it must be my ears are plugged up.
That's what it is.
Well, once I get the clang of them machines going. You'll be pleased to know, by the way.
Yeah.
That I got my clothes on. I even got my shoes on.
Are you going to make a dash?
Excited? Huh?
You going to make a mad dash downstairs for that disc?
Don't you think that's a good idea?
I do, especially since one of the bits on there is I just had.
It's what?
There's a bit on there called, one moment please, Jolly Rolly Joe.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know. Can't wait to hear that.
Oh, good. Now, let's see. I got to figure out, okay, George Bush on Oprah Winfrey. Too much Oprah so far, although I got another Oprah story coming. Oprah rides to Star Jones' rescue. I got all kinds of, like I said, we'll go down these one by one, and we'll do it the diplomatic way. We'll take a vote among the three of us, and then whatever I say, that's the one I'll read. 17 till noon at QM. If you're a cigar smoker, like to kick back with a good premium brand like Stan Major, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Burhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco, processed and aged up to 10 years. And Bahia, let me assure you, is a real boutique cigar maker specializing in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and a 9.1 by Smoke Magazine. This rich-flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar's got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. It sounds like a smorgasbord. Also try the Behead Deseo, the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months. The Deseo gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider. A big, powerful cigar that'll tear your kishkis out with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied with additional spice and a note of charred wood. And boy, there's nothing like having charred wood. To receive 40% off on all Behead cigars, tell them that Neil Rogers told you to call. Save 40%, almost half off the price. Just call their toll-free number, and when in doubt, check these out. Call 1-800-35-BEHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA. Now, before I do the, now, how are we going to do this?
Do what?
Well, no, what I'm saying is that because I'm going to go down now.
Yeah.
And the break is like we got, 2.5 more minutes? Well, that's not enough time for me to go down the elevator and come back.
We'll cover it.
250.
We'll fire something off.
I beg your pardon? 250?
We'll do something.
250.
Yeah, do something. Play something when we come back. We just leave it here.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
On the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil Guy.
Way down south, where the mugwumps go to hang from trees and play banjo. You got some who own a station on newfangled radio. Now as North Carolina goes, Raleigh's a big city, you know, and that's where the Beasleys had to go for Jolly Riley Joe. A new GM, he'll do what he can. Shake your hand like a friend, then quickly walk away. They had Joe go to 560 with ratings in the toilet bowl to get those flaming sport homos in order and control. And then so Jolly Raleigh Joe, a buckler and in the know, he lets Mo go, and here's what blows, gives Geldy his own show. He'll make a big change and rearrange. It's worse or the same, he hasn't done a thing. For what goes on the air at 2, Joe don't have a stinking clue about a format that essentially blows sport hole radio. The GM of 560, Jolly Raleigh Joe.
Oh, you're right. That was worth the rushing downstairs and coming back.
That was a record. What'd you do? Use the fire escape?
No. Hey, I just got it down to a science, man.
Well, I know. But
I hop on an elevator, and I zip right on down, and I zip right out there to the orifice, and he knows who I am, and he hands me my package. And quite frankly, this is one of the most exquisite packages I've seen in a long time.
Really?
And I've seen quite a few.
I know that.
No, it's got some good stuff in here. You got your 70s hits disc with all my good stuff there, which for later on. Mm-hmm. And then KJ disc, which you never even warned me about this.
I told you about it a while back. It just got me while I was...
If you want to be horny and illegal Latino.
Yeah.
Have these been censored? Have they been screened, approved by the FCC and the SPCA and the Triple X Arena?
Well, I already played them a couple times during vacation days, so...
And Jolly Raleigh Joe, man, that's worth the price of just going downstairs right there. That was special. That was sensational. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Why'd you put Tupac on there?
Tupac, there's a good one for you. Okay. I'm going to put him on there and put a six-pack on there, too. Two-pack.
Might as well put Biggie on there while we're at it.
Put Biggie Smalls on there, huh? What do you say? Or Smalley Biggs. Hello, Big. Yeah, see? We don't care what color these people are or what they ate for breakfast. We just want to know who your favorite dead recording artists are, that's all. You don't have to make a big racial thing over it like that one guy. Right?
Right.
That's just, I don't understand people. It would be like saying, well, what about Celia? We know you don't like Latinos, but that's what you think. Oh, you're dreaming. Oprah, speaking of darkness, she's kind of like Mocha, I would say. Rides to Star Jones Rescue. Aren't you excited about that? Do you want that story or not?
Yeah, no, well, I want to know what the deal is.
Okay.
I'm going to wind up buying this magazine anyway, though.
Oh, you got to have it.
We're big on Star Jones here on the show.
What's happening, Neil?
Yes, sir.
I just want to let you know that Cooper City is the safest city in the state of Florida because the BSO has got Griffin Road covered.
All right. Like Stink on Joe. Okay, thanks for the good news. There's a little pig report for you. What was that guy talking about yesterday, your buddy the Boomer, about we don't do spy reports? Wasn't that him that said that?
That we don't do pig reports anymore.
Sure we do.
Not our fault.
We do them when people call in with them, and if they don't call in, then,
right.
And that's probably because we're out of touch, I'm out of touch. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing today?
Okay, sir, pretty good. Sun is shining?
is. The Shenandoah.
My ear opened up during that Joe Bell bit. My ear opened up.
How about Bobby Darin?
Oh, yeah. How could we forget Mac?
He was great.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Okay, you bet.
See ya.
Am
I going to have to dig out that Bobby Darin disc again?
No,
you got it there.
I got
you
it
got it all.
I got it all.
Here we go. Beyond the Sea.
Bobby was all right by
That's
me.
where Bobby is now, as a matter of fact. Somewhere beyond the sea. And he was not a drunk, and it was Sandra Dee that was a drunk, and we don't have to rehash all of this stuff. But we did anyway. Well, no, I feel bad about that. Because there's some things that you can say about, performers. Like William Holden, he was a drunk. He died with a bottle in his hand, but he's a great actor, and I think I'm just a big William Holden fan.
Look, weren't none of us perfect, and in a lot of cases, these artists,
perfect idiot,
right? These artists, singers,
well, of course
actors,
they weren't perfect because they had a lot of money,
right?
Just like a lot of these athletes, these young punk athletes and jockeys
That's
too.
right.
They get all that money, and then all of a sudden they take a powder.
People kissing your ass, treating you like
That's
you
right.
do no wrong.
Too much money when you're too young, man. It's bad. Just send it to us. We're old enough now.
We're responsible.
In fact, Josh Corda said he just turned old enough that you can send him any slop over money you got, and all you young punks, it's gonna get you into deep crap.
Right. I'm ready now. He's
ready now to take that money and be real responsible with it.
That's right.
He'll be staggering in about 5:30 in the morning most days, but nevertheless, he'll be having a hell of a time. Oprah Winfrey has thrown her full support behind talk show diva Star Jones as rumors swirl that her day... That's a true story, by the way, about my ear opening up as soon as I played that.
Good.
Oh, God. Maybe if I turn my head the other way. Rumors swirl that her days on The View are numbered, Star. According to insiders, Oprah recently reached out to the 44-year-old star, Oprah's 52, and what's her name, Vanna's 98, who has reportedly been devastated since her nemesis Rosie O'Donnell was hired to take over for co-host Meredith Vieira in the fall. That's Meredith, who's going to the Today Show, to replace Katie Couric, who's going to the news, which I ain't going to watch. The star was close to tears when she heard Barbara Walters hired Rosie because she felt she was being squeezed out.
Oh.
A View insider revealed. How'd you like to squeeze that?
Out of a tube.
Out of a what?
Tube.
Star took it as a personal slap in the face from Barbara and her bosses. But for Oprah, this is not just about protecting stars. Also, payback to Barbara Walters for giving Oprah's former on-air life skills expert, Ianella Van Zandt, her own show. Aha. Boy, talk about petty people,
Really.
Oprah's former, her own show. At the time, Oprah was trying to convince Ianella to sign an exclusive agreement with her. And then she's also feuding with Dr. Phil. Take a pill and two of you just walk off the edge of the earth. Oprah didn't get angry with Barbara or Ianella, but she didn't forget it either. And now it's time to get even. Payback is a bitch. Oprah didn't appreciate Ianella leaving the show in 2000 to work for Barbara. Oprah's the one who really discovered her in the first place. You don't want to hear the rest of this, do you? Oh. Huh?
Just the highlights. That's enough.
Ianella 52 premiered with their own self-titled show in 2001, but was quickly canceled after one season. So now Oprah's stepping in to help Star just to stick it to her, that's all. This thing about Jessica and Nick spreads to siblings, we don't care about them, do we? I mean, I don't care about Nick anymore because he's, what, I feel about him the same way you feel about Brittany,
Yeah.
Tainted by your girlfriend Jessica.
Really? Well, it ain't her fault.
Yeah, it is. Jessica Simpson and Nick, well, I just want to straighten this out because we had the wrong information and Josh is very big on Ashley Simpson.
Yeah,
he's
the negative
way.
way.
Good. Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey's impending divorce is turning into an all-out family feud. Well, let's get Richard Dawson in there to mediate. Drew, who once vowed not to take sides in their siblings' split, have stepped up into the fray. Ashley and Nick's brother, Drew. I missed a couple of words there. Get very emotional when I think about this. Up until recently, Ashley maintained a good friendship with Drew and his wife. A family friend told the Enquirer Ashley and Drew still considered each other in-laws and bumped into each other all the time, so to speak. But now they've stopped talking because blood is thicker than water, and each one is now supporting their sibling. Ashley's publicist, Rob Shooter, denied any hard feelings. Oh, let's do it. Let's shoot it. Ashley gave Drew and his wife a gift after their baby was born, said Shooter. She even called him after his win on Dancing with the Stars. Now, do you know who he is? He's Nick's younger brother that was in 98 Degrees who can't sing. He looks like hell, and he's got no talent. In fact, I think he and Ashley would be a good match.
Okay.
Because they're both related to somebody who was, much better known, who had at least some kind of talent, although I don't know what Jessica's was. And they have no talent at all.
Well, just what you see. That's their talent.
And at least Nick can sing. I know you would disagree with that, but he's pretty good.
I didn't deny that.
Yeah, now they had some pretty good music. Of all the boy bands, I would say that they were the ones that could really sing. And the Backstreet Boys had a couple of songs that even you admitted were pretty. But then again, like we said, in that recording studio in Sweden, they could make the three of us sound like
we could have had a couple of good songs. If
That's
been
right.
Part
We
of
had
that
some
machine.
big hits, man, in that recording studio in Sweden. Let's see. Keith's pal warns, don't marry Nicole. Do we care? We don't care about Nicole Kidman, do we? No.
No.
Hard-working Lady Marmalade, not in Money Jam. Patti LaBelle is working like a dog, and she's selling her house. Do we care about Patti LaBelle? No. But I'll tell you who we do care about, speaking of recording artists who might be dead pretty soon.
Who? Getting a little faster.
Jam on it, baby. Jam on it.
Hey, sister.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough of Patty. I eat in 5-star restaurants, I take major trips and take 4 girlfriends with me, and I pay for all of them, says Patty. So if I was broke, obviously I couldn't afford to be doing it. I thank God every day for my blessings, and I don't need nothing. She works hard, but not for the money. Working for the money. What's that song? I don't know what that song is.
Donna Summer?
Yeah, that's it. Emergency heart surgery for Mary Wilson. Remember Mary Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
Fought a bitter 30-year feud
About 30, man.
with Diana Ross, which only ended in 1994 when Mary's son Raphael, 14, died in a car crash. Mary was driving the car, and now, as if she didn't have enough tourists, as they say in the darker parts of Detroit, tourists. Where did it go, honey?
That's right.
Motown legend Mary Wilson made a mad dash to the emergency room, terrified she was suffering a massive heart attack. The 62-year-old singer was at her Vegas home when a sudden pain struck. Doubled over, gripping her chest, she told her daughter to get her to the hospital before it was too late. Mary was in agony. It was clear it was her heart and that it was very serious. Her daughter was a nervous wreck while she waited for word about Mom. Finally, tests revealed that Mary's pain had been a warning sign of a potential heart attack. She had 5 blocked arteries due to cholesterol buildup. The relieved warbler underwent a successful angioplasty. The relieved warbler. Isn't that a great line? So in other words, I guess this was a wake up. Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess that's a message. That's a Sicilian message.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is Mohammed David, and this portion of the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour is brought to you by the letter 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 slices of pizza. All for me.
Say you want to get married? Well, let me give you some advice. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew. A Jewish wife is like a curse. I can't think of anything worse. All she ever wants to do is shop. Take your credit card and never stop. Shows no interest at all in sex. She only cares about your paycheck. You are never gonna get laid. You'll regret the commitment you made. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew. When your honeymoon is finally through, there are things she's never gonna do. She only cares about her nails and hair, not a bit about what's down there. You are gonna feel like a schmuck, 'cause you're never gonna get to find out how it feels to be eternally practicing celibacy. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew.
So as Lord Green would say, this package today was a real bonanza, wouldn't you say?
Wow, yeah.
So speaking of getting hitched, this just in. For all you, that's because we're so newsy on this show. We know what's going on in the world. Even though Norma keeps saying, Norma just sent me an email that said President Lincoln loved to play. Go away, Norma. Okay, in fact, maybe the 4 of you, Joyce and Josh Darrow and Joe and Norma, maybe they could all elope. Senate blocks same-sex marriage ban. The Senate today blocked a bid to amend the Constitution to essentially ban same-sex marriage. Nobody gives a crap about this, except, of course, the gay people who want to get married. And then we got that other story just from Toronto. Gay Mounties plan to wed this month. I could use some lines for that, but we'll get to that. Republicans pushed the plan even though supporters conceded the measure never had enough votes to pass. Proponents failed to get the 60 votes needed to end debate and move to a vote on the actual amendment. The Senate vote was 49 to 48 to end debate. Opponents called the measure an election year ploy that wasted precious time on the legislative calendar and your tax dollars.
Absolutely correct.
This is not about the preservation of marriage. This is about the preservation of a majority, said Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois as debate started today. I think, sadly, most people realize there's political motivation here, one of the understatements of the century. Republican senators said 45 states have passed laws or constitutional amendments defining marriage as a pact between a man and a woman. I wonder if Utah is one of those. The voice of the people has been heard loud and clear, said Senator Wayne Allard, Republican of Colorado, a real right-wing unctuous state, where the Iraqis are busy having their prayer-ins. And by the way, they keep... What have they lost, like 5 in a row since that story came out? Something like that. They lose every day. They suck. So if God has helped them to their several-game under 500 record, you can only imagine maybe they'll start praying to Satan. Maybe they'll change their name to the Devil Rockies, although it ain't helping the Devil Rays too much. The real impetus behind the debate was to energize conservative voters this fall. CNN's Dana Bash reported with that little stash. Those conservatives feel like Republicans they've sent to Washington have sort of turned their backs on them on key issues that they care about, on the bigoted issues, like same-sex marriage, like hate, on the good old hate.
Right.
Senator Ted Kennedy denounced the proposed amendment as an instrument of bigotry and prejudice, which he said was designed by the GOP leadership to try to bring Republican senators out of the ditch of disapproval. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid, Nevada Democrat, said the reason the Senate Republicans are pushing this marriage amendment is because they don't want to address the real issues of the country. Well, what's easier, ending the war in Iraq or picking on fags again, finding another scapegoat? If the Jews didn't do it, then certainly the dark folks did, and if it wasn't them, it was the Beaners done it, and if not that, all the fags. All of these scapegoats.
Hey, some of them Beaners might be fags.
And some of them might be pretty dark, too. You never know.
That's right.
So there you go. Toronto. It promises to be a grand June wedding. They better hurry up and do it, though, before Stephen Harper loses his head about this issue.
That's cute.
When I saw that story on the news about the terrorists wanting to... They were going to, storm the Parliament in Ottawa, and they were going to, slice off Stephen Harper's head.
Don't cut!
And I kept thinking to myself, how could you really tell, where there's no sense, there's no feeling? It promises to be a grand June wedding. 2 scarlet-coated officers of the famed Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and we use that term mounted very loosely, standing before a justice of the peace with an escort of similarly spiffy Mounties, observing the nuptials on the eve of Canada Day, a national holiday. When the 2 constables become the first male Mounties to marry each other, the grumpiest witness from afar might well be Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Yeah. The planned union of Jason Tree, 27, and David Connors, 28, in Nova Scotia on June 30th.
Absolutely.
About 30, man.
Has cast a spotlight on Harper's pledge to his conservative backers to try to roll back same-sex marriage laws. He's like Bush Light. Harper hasn't spoken publicly about the upcoming wedding and has ordered his party members to keep mum about the matter. Harper's attempt to silence lawmakers has served to draw more attention to the issue while sparking complaints about the Prime Minister's heavy-handedness. Last July, Canada's Parliament narrowly approved same-sex marriages throughout the country. I think it's great if we change the public perception, said Tree. Is that Tree Crawford? I never knew. If the public sees the RCMP as representing the diversity of the community, that is good. The 2 men met in college 8 years ago, and they've been partners since. They've been Mounties ever since. How do you like that?
I had a line there, but I'll just let it go.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
Because I'm telling you, Trinity broadcasters will come on your ass and no problem at all. Speaking of, here, this is a great headline, and back to the Enquirer, which is where the good stuff is. Radio's gone to the dogs, and I would say...
Absolutely correct, sir.
And it's got a picture of a pooch who's got he's got shades. This is cute. He's got shades on, and he's got a Walkman. He's got a cap and a Walkman on.
Cute.
He's lounging. Man's best friend can now rock and roll over for 2 internet radio stations, dogcatradio.com and dogradiothailand.com. Both stations say they provide pet-friendly tips and tunes such as Baha Men's Who Let the Dogs Out and Elvis Presley's Hound Dog. Kind of a limited playlist, I would think, wouldn't you?
There are a lot of more dog sounds than that.
Dogcatradio.com, which was launched last July, is not just for your pampered pooch, though. The station's manager of operations, Jess Martinez, claims that it's designed to satisfy the appetites of all music-hungry animals, including snakes and horses. If you think that there would be a big audience for a pet project like this, you're barking up the wrong tree. Dogcatradio.com got off to such a big start, especially in Chicago, that it crashed its first week when its website was overloaded by people trying to download programming all at once. And dogradiothailand.com is actually looking for canine DJs. One of the main qualifications is that he or she must be good at barking, said operator Anyupan Bunchen. Now, that's a howler, it says. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what a... Mike Walker's got his gossip column here. Is there anything we really care? Well, there's one you might be interested in. It's about Tom Cruise.
You fairy.
Mike Walker writes, folks, I've been sleeping a lot better lately. I know why. Tom Cruise is praying for Mike Walker. Insiders reveal that Tom, fed up with what he apparently perceives as persistently lousy press, has started praying for journalists who make negative comments about him. The Lord of Intergalactic Cruise Control calls such newsmen aberrations defined by Scientology as those afflicted by departure from rational thought, and is praying for the Supreme Being to grant them redemption. Thanks, Tom. That's why you're my favorite alien, says Mike Walker. Our favorite alien is in Cuba. Isn't he all our favorite alien?
Mm-hmm.
He is. New trial for Scott Peterson, it says here. I didn't know about that, did you?
No, I did not.
I saw his ugly puss on TV the other day. In fact, they were showing him on death row. And there's his lawyer, what's that jerk's name with a mustache? Well, what is his name? You know.
Gotta narrow him down.
You know the one I'm talking about, the one that looks like a real schlump. I can't think of what his name is.
Avery Shriver.
Yeah, Avery Shriver.
I don't know.
Not that kind of a mustache. No, this guy was also Michael Jackson's lawyer for about 5 minutes.
Not Robert Kardashian.
No, Robert Kardashian is dead.
Okay.
Although this guy, the way he's sitting there with his hand on his puss, he looks kind of dead, too. Anyway, his name's not in the story, damn it. Plus, we don't care about it anyway, do we?
Not really.
Scott Peterson could walk out of prison a free man. Incredibly, it's all because the jurors who sent him to death row for murdering his wife and wife Lacey Elmore and son Connor in 2002. 7 jury members are collaborating to write a behind-the-scenes book on the shocking case. One of them, Rochelle Nice. Oh, she's so nice. Recently admitted she's been exchanging letters with a fertilizer salesman turned convicted killer since August. Reportedly titled We the Jury, Deciding Scott Peterson's Fate, the jury's tell-all is scheduled for fall release, but that book could get Scott a new trial and set him free. Legal experts say Scott's lawyers will examine the book and those letters with a fine-tooth comb for any hint of juror misconduct that could be grounds for it. So in other words, this is very speculative, I think you'd say, huh? He ain't going nowhere. They're going to fry his ass. Wouldn't that be good? Just to set an example. What about Charlie Manson? Can we, change the law retroactive?
Right. I mean, he didn't kill anybody after all.
He could sit like in Scott's lap when he pulled a swish. 12 minutes past noon at 560 WQAM. We got Curtis Stevenson for a nice short hour there, 2 to 3 this afternoon. A tough assignment. Marlins on deck at 3. Oh, my God. Those red-hot, white, icy-hot Marlins against the Giants, 3:35. Geldy at the NBA Finals. 7 o'clock tonight. A lot of that talk, no doubt, and then 80K at 10. You know, I was reading an article about the Formosan termites in the Herald this morning. Did you see that?
No.
Did you ever hear of Formosan termites?
No.
Well, they crawl into your house kind of like on a little slant. No, but seriously, they're like really, they're bigger than regular termites, and they're nasty, and they're,
Great.
And if you think you might have these or any other kind of termites in your home, you better call our friends Rid Pest Control for a free termite inspection, because once these babies start chopping, your house is gone in no time at all. Rid Pest Control uses that amazing, exclusive orange oil treatment that kills termites and termite eggs 100% on contact. They're gone faster than you can say Todd Dreck is useless. If you have termites, it's the best possible way to get rid of them. You don't have to tent your house and make your whole neighborhood turn into a circus. That is so gauche, man. If you look up gauche, you'll see a circus tent next to it. No worrying about poisonous gas. No moving out or staying in hotels or motels for days or even weeks. No worrying about your food or pets and your health. Because our friends at Rid Pest Control treat your home with this amazing orange oil, you don't have to leave it all. They were at George's house on Monday. They couldn't believe what a mess it was.
That's right.
In fact, when they're done treating your property, the only thing left behind is a clean set of oranges for just a few days. It's true. If you have a termite problem, call Rid Pest Control right now and find out about their exclusive, amazing orange oil treatment that kills termites and termite eggs 100% on contact. No tenting, no BS, no kidding. It really works. So call them right now for a free inspection and say goodbye to those termites once and for all. Call 1-800-447-4348. That's 1-800-447-4348. And be sure and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to call. 1-800-447-4348.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Media knows about the bomb coming down. It's a secret, keep it quiet. Bright lights and a giant mushroom cloud. Everyone is gonna die. Well, there's over 7 megatons. It's gonna make the ultimate flood. And Viva Greasy Spot is a desert sun. Bye-bye, Las Vegas. Bye-bye, Las Vegas.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye-bye, Las Vegas, that's no neon sign glowing, just a saxophone blowing, the light of rule, human remains. That's the behavior of a dictator who's retarded enough, but now he's gone completely insane. Well, they're gonna drop the bomb 90 miles north, but you're still gonna feel that fire. That ain't the first time that he's seen bodies piling. Not funny, he keeps smiling. Well, only when it's over you may see on the news. Bush is gonna show I ran a thing or two by reducing Las Vegas to a glowing news. Bye-bye, Las Vegas. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Oh, no. I think that was the Excalibur. And I'm too soon. 12:19 at 560 WQAM. So was Josh telling me that you like the Excalibur? We had that very brief discussion.
No, I like the New York.
Oh, that's the one that you got testy about. Well, I'll be honest with you. The first time I went in there, they just opened it, and I got a little bit lucky in there. I won a few bucks at the slot machines, man. But I just you go back, and it's so damn tacky. I just don't like it.
Well, your taste is in your tush.
Well, good for you, okay? Taste this. I like the MGM just fine, and I'll tell you a place that did not impress me all that much.
Okay.
That everybody raves about, and that was the Bellagio. First of all, I'm not into art. I'm just an old slob. I don't care about art. And the one thing about the casino in the Bellagio is it could be after a while, most of them start looking like anywhere else. You know what I mean? You're in the middle of a whole bunch of tables and slot machines, and you know what I mean? Once you're in a casino, so many of them look the same. Am I right about that?
Yeah, you're right about that. I think you judge things a little differently, though, because I don't really gamble, so I think you're judging.
Well, that's because you can't afford to gamble. No, that's not true at all. I never won any money in the MGM. I mean, I hit a couple of small jackpots, like 1,000 or something like that. I never did any good there, but I just think it's a beautiful place. It's great.
Yes.
A place that I like that's old and dumpy is the Stardust. I've had a lot of luck in there, but I certainly wouldn't say it's one of the great casinos on the Strip. But Stardust is okay.
Mm.
And then they closed down that damn little diner they used to have in there, that 50s diner. Oh, that pissed me off. I forget the name of that. Although they still have the FLM Chocolates place in there. Stay away from that. It's dangerous. I'm trying to think. And Caesars. Caesars, I mean, they got great shops, and they got a couple of okay restaurants. I never had that big pig out. What's that Italian thing that we can never think of the name of it? The feast begins with a B.
Bacchanal.
Bacchanal, very good. But, I don't know. And as far as gambling in there, there's very weak selection of everything at Caesars.
It's tight in there.
It's a place to go shop and drop a lot of cash. Place for plastic people, I guess.
Eat, stay, shop.
Although I did see Luis Miguel at Caesars. He was great. Now, is Luis Miguel on this disc or not? Or is that the one you were making?
The one I'm making right now.
Damn it.
The next one, sorry.
Okay. Oprah versus Dr. Phil feud boils over. Two people we hate. I don't know. I hate him worse. Although it's kind of a tough choice, It's a toss-up.
I hate him equal because he's just like a male clone of her.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least she did her thing first, for good or bad.
This is true.
And then all of a sudden she made him into a,
right.
He's kind of like the Dr. Frankenstein monster. She's like Dr. Frankenstein.
He should always kiss her ass no matter what, because without her he'd do nothing.
That's right. You could put his talent in a thimble and have room for the Chinese army left over. Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Phil McGraw's rocky relationship has exploded over a battle to land an exclusive interview with 32-year-old Mary. I was going to say, the Paris is the one casino in Vegas where it's totally unique. Have you ever been in that one, Josh?
Yes, I have.
Now, that part where you're like, it's got the phony sky, and you feel like you're outside, and they got all the machines outside. That's a neat casino. It's just totally unique and different from any of the other ones. It doesn't just look like another place with a lot of machines, man. Anyway, getting back to Oprah and Dr. Phil, the important stuff. Battle to land an exclusive interview with 32-year-old mom Mary Winkler, the Tennessee mom of 3 accused of killing her minister husband. And sources say that neither one of them are playing nice. Both Oprah and Dr. Phil are accusing each other of trying to play dirty tricks to land a jailhouse sit-down with Mary. Oh, jailhouse sit-down. Don't you love that word?
Yeah.
Police allege that Mary executed her husband, 4th Street Church of Christ preacher Matthew Winkler, 31, by shooting him in the back with a shotgun March 22. Although she pleaded not guilty, she's currently being held in jail in Selmer, Tennessee. Both Oprah, 52, and Dr. Phil, 55, her former protege, have been working overtime to land the blockbuster Chat, and the bad blood that existed between them has heated to the boiling point. Bad Blood. Who the hell did that song? Bad Blood.
Neil Sedaka.
Oh, that's right. Very good. How come I didn't think of that right away?
Alzheimer's.
Bad Blood. Get out of here, man. Next thing you're going to tell me that Neil Sedaka is gay.
No, but could have
he is.
Blaming.
Oh, let's see. Here's one. Where's your favorite And mine on the poll, ODB, Old Dirty, about 30. Yeah, let's get Old Dirty, about 30 on there. And you know what else we left off, even though I also told you to put I Hate This Poll is not on there.
Uh-oh.
So first it was the Carpenters they stiffed me with, and now you got to get Old Dirty on there. I may have to play that bit. Well, I'm getting tired of that, though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a little tired of it.
I'm tired of Regis, too. I like Regis, but you know something? It's like I always told you about banana splits. I love a banana split. Of course, I can't have one now anyway, but, you know, after the first 7 or 8, it starts getting a little bit heavy, you know? Gets to be a little bit much in one sitting. 865 votes. I think we got it made, damn it. How do you like that? Who is your favorite dead singer? John Lennon, 168. They can't touch John.
Not anymore.
Bob Marley, 97. Well, who the hell would want to? Jim Morrison, 75. He touched it. Elvis, 56. Oh, as in Q56. Let's go all Elvis all day. I bet you we could beat the numbers we got now. And, you know, I was thinking in the elevator on that real quick trip.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm right, I'm right, and when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And in this one case, I have to hand it to you. You're right.
What?
These people that are running this outfit, you know, these crazy people, they really believe that they can take, like interchangeable parts. They can put anybody on the air, and as long as they're talking about the same sports crap, it doesn't make any difference. It's still like it's a winning formula.
It's all good.
And that's why we got zeros and ones most of the day now, because they believe that.
That's right.
And if they really do believe that, how come they're paying Hank and the Mad Dog all that money? You know, the fact that they got most everybody on the wrong day part, that's just an accident, I guess. Anyway, let's not start on that, but you're right. They really believe that. I never thought anybody could be that stupid, but that's how much they know about this business. Nothing. Elvis, 56, radio. Roy Orbison, 48. Marvin Gaye, 45. Kurt Cobain, 40. Jimi Hendrix, 39. And Johnny Cash, 39. Same guy, different haircut. Freddie Mercury, 36. Frank Sinatra, 32. How embarrassing. How old. George Harrison, 31. Jim Croce, 28. Patsy Cline, 25. Janis Joplin, 23. Could she belt it out or what? Jerry Garcia, 19. Rick Nelson, 14. That's starting to get me. I'm taking that personal now. Even just for the Nelson part. Karen Carpenter, 12. Buddy Holly, 12. Celia Cruz, 9. How do you like that? I knew Robert Creeper was a big Celia Cruz fan.
9. Oh, yeah.
He'd probably give her all 9 votes. Nat King Cole, 7. Luther Vandross, 3. Mama Cass Elliott, 3. Don't eat that sandwich, sweetheart. Billy Preston, 3. Notorious B.I.G., 1. Tupac's got 1. I Hate This Poll. I just went on there, ODB. And Bobby Darin. Don't have any. 869, though. We got that 1,000 licked. Aren't you proud of us?
I am.
I was a little bit skeptical there in the beginning, you know me. And for this crowd, you never like to take anything for granted.
That's right.
When you've worked 100 years in this market, you realize how lazy, lazy, plus it's 100 degrees in the shade anyway.
Should pat yourself
on the
front.
Sure is nice here, though, I'll tell you that, because I know Castronova taking notes on the Toronto weather. Sun is shining. It is just, look at that. It's already 73 degrees, man. And it's going to be like in the low 80s today. 27, what's that? Let's see, 24 is 75, 77, about 83. Isn't that exciting?
It's
sunny and 73. There's not a cloud in the sky, man. It's a beautiful day, and I'm sitting in here doing this crap?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You're taking a Ferris Bueller day off.
I should be doing that, and that's a good poll idea the guy had. What is your favorite thing to do on days when you screw off from work? I don't know. I never done that. I don't think I ever did that. You do it all the time, pretend to be sick.
Oh, yeah, pretend to be sick. That's right.
Well, no, nobody could be sick as much. Josh, do you believe anybody could be sick as much as he claims to be? Yeah, we believe it. No, it's true, because he's got a sick house.
That's right.
He's got the kids and the wife and the dog. And
it's like a petri dish in there. It's like a leper colony in that house.
Yeah, it is. 28 past, that's how we feel here at QAM. We feel like we're a leper colony in the middle of the sports segment.
Unclean.
Right. Unclean. They're not talking about, right. Like those calls we get from out of town. If they look it up in some directory somewhere, sports talk, and then they call us. Oh, can you tell me if what's his name going to? I don't even Wade. Dwayne Wade's going to play tonight. By the way, Dwayne Wade ain't playing tomorrow. I just made that up. And neither is Shaq. I'll piss those bastards off. I've been telling you for years to call 1-800-MATTRESS whenever you need a bed. They can deliver it within a 2-hour window. They have knowledgeable bedding consultants and much more. I hear Billy Wade's playing instead of Dwayne Wade tomorrow. And if you thought dialing 1-800-MATTRESS on the phone was easy, check out mattress.com on the Wicked Web. Shop on the web anytime, day or night, with product details, prices, and photos. You can check out online, too, or call to place your order and schedule delivery when it's convenient for you. You know that 2-hour window that they give you? It's incredible. Get factory direct prices lower than chain stores, even during the chain stores' so-called big sales. Plus, Dollar Mattress offers you 12 months financing. What could be possibly not to like? I've been using these folks for years. I guarantee you, it's a given. You'll love them. Dollar Mattress has the complete line of Sealy, Serta, King Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster Hewitt, and all the other big names, too. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you'll get the lowest prices on the best brands, and Dollar Mattress continues to be ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. So if the old mattress is lumpy and bumpy and soiled and just embarrassing, just make that one easy call. Sit there on your fat, gross ass right now. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-Mattress. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for stupendous savings.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Who's going to give Ricky a blow?
All right. I'm an illegal Latino. And I say buenos dias. I'm sneaking into the U.S. survey, and I'll make my home in an old Chevrolet. I don't need insurance, I'll work for low pay. I see border agents and I run away. I'm an illegal Latino. I'm faster than Speedy Gonzales. I'll bring my wife, all my children, and then I'll have a fiesta with 12 million friends. The minute then try to find us, and when they catch and deport us, we sneak back again. We're all illegal Latinos. Vámonos, muchachos! I became part of a smuggling scheme to try to attain the American dream. I want all the things that I see on TV. The frito banditos got nothing on me. I'm an illegal Latino. Adios, amigos, ole!
Increíble.
12:35 at QAM. Pride and Prejudice, Macy's Yanks gay display blasted by both sides. If you could see these mannequins, these are two guys with boobies.
Yeah?
Macy's department store found itself mired in a fierce national debate between conservatives and gay activists when it bowed to complaints and removed part of a window display marking Boston Pride Week. The downtown crossing store display featured two male mannequins, one wearing a gay pride rainbow flag around its waist, standing near a list of several planned Boston Pride events. The display was designed by Macy's with the approval of Boston Pride Committee. But the store yanked the mannequins from the window. After mass resistance, the conservative group formerly named Article 8 Alliance, which has also campaigned against sex education and gay-themed books in public schools, complained the display was offensive. Sounds like a bunch of Farbizina Goyim to me.
Show enough.
They were male mannequins with enlarged breasts, and one was wearing a skirt. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that, said Mass Resistance President Brian Kamaker, referring to the gay pride flag wrapped around one figure, clinched with a white belt, cinched. It was really disgusting. Yeah, I would agree with that. Elena Kazan, New York-based spokeswoman for Macy's, said the decision to pull the dummies but leave the rest of the display was an effort to strike a balance. We believe in diversity, and our customers are very important to us, Kazan told the Herald, that's the Boston Herald, adding that displays supporting Pride Week in previous years did not use mannequins, but the display did offend a few of our customers, and we had to re-examine it. That decision upset gay activist and Mayor Thomas M. Menino, whose spokesman said he was disappointed that Macy's would bow to this kind of pressure. The mayor believed the window reflected the diversity of our city, said spokesman Scythe Cattell. This entire episode flies in the face of that. Well, they're banned in Boston like just about everything else, except the Kennedys. Right?
Right.
Now, let's see, getting back to the Enquirer. I'm interspersing, a few of these urgent stories that, like Miss Fudge had that on her website because it was gay. You know that macho Miss Fudge?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Frank Zappa. Oh, my God.
How could we forget?
How the hell could we have forgotten that? Frank Zappa.
Hey there, people, I'm Bobby Brown. They say I'm the cutest boy in town. My car is fast, my teeth are shiny. I tell all the girls they can kiss my hiney.
Rectum.
Here I am at a famous school. I'm dressing sharp and I'm acting cool. I got a cheerleader here, wants to help with my paper. Better do all the work and maybe later I'll rave.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that, but we do like Frank Zappa a lot.
Yes,
well, you see, you got to give a head start to the other ones, right?
That's right.
Here's a fax from John who says, go to this website, it's a riot, and it's got like a whole bunch of with farts on it. Okay. Whatever you say. We don't, not only will I not go to it, but we don't like acknowledge that there's no such thing as farts.
That's right.
It's an evil fag plot, and of course it has to do with, anything that has to do with ass, it's obviously a fag thing. Speaking of ass, here's a picture in it, when you get this Enquirer, of disgusting Roseanne Barr, looking even more disgusting than usual with this big size 85,000 quadruple X T-shirt that says "Turn your television off." And of course, if she's on it, that's a good reason. And she's got her son there, Buck, and he's wearing two sneakers, different. In other words, they're not a matched pair. One is blue, and the other one is red.
I see. He must be stylish.
He's a fashion plate like Mommy.
I understand.
Uh-oh. Cruz raises the roof over raising the baby.
You fairy.
Hey, Tommy. Calm down, Tommy. Katie demands non-Scientology parenting class, and he's not too happy about it. He looks really porky. New parents Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes are at odds after she asked him to take a 6-week non-Scientology class on parenting for daughter Suri, and then told him she was hiring a new manager. Now, is that the Suri with a fringe on top?
That's Curry.
What?
Oh, it's spelled with a...
Daughter's name is not Curry. Her daughter's name is Suri.
Surly?
Suri, yes. And you'd be surly, too, if your daddy was Tom Cruise, because you know that he's gay. Katie, matter of fact, where did you get that Curry from? You're stuck about Katie Couric. Now, Katie Couric got married to Suri. Would that be Suri Curry?
Oh.
Huh?
Suri?
Katie, matter of factly, told Tom she wanted him to take a parenting class for Suri with her, one totally independent of the church, said a close friend, and, of course, the Scientology, church my ass. It's the first time Katie's really put her foot down. She's butching up now. She wants to be almost as butch as he is, which ain't saying much. She told Tom that the class would teach them how to better manage their time, divide responsibilities, and most importantly, allow them a chance to get some feedback from other parents. Katie's demands left Tom speechless, according to a close friend. Speechless! He immediately became defensive. He told her he didn't need a tutorial on being a good parent, as he raised 2 kids, knows what he's doing. But Katie dug in her heels and refused to back down, according to the friend. That's when she dropped another bombshell. Katie announced she's looking for new career management. It's the first time she ever swayed from the well-planned course that Tom personally mapped out to make. You know, she's like a captive. She's like an abductee. Isn't that a way to look at her?
That's right. She's a
Katie
hostage.
told Tom that she wants to start interviewing new managers to handle the creative aspects of her career. Tom was stunned, but Katie held her ground. The bottom line is, Katie is fed up with Tom's controlling ways, said the source. She loves him, but she's realizing she's not a little girl anymore. She's a mother and actress, and soon she'll be a wife. It's like she's finally discovered she had a backbone. She can't say no to Tom, and the world won't end. If she can say no, well, she did. And the world won't end, as we knew it.
I'll believe that wedding when I see it.
Oh, Tom's got McFever, Tomcat. Pals say Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes have become such big fans of American Idol runner-up Catherine McPhee that they want the 21-year-old songbird to sing at their wedding. I think it all kind of fits in real good.
Well, the other guy would have been more appropriate.
Huh?
The other guy would have been more appropriate.
Oh, no. Not Taylor Hicks, who ain't doing no chicks. Unless they got... Well, anyway. Tom and Katie have become Catherine's biggest fans, the source told the couple, told the Enquirer. They think she's destined to become a singing legend. Oh, yeah. Just like that other guy in there. What was the guy's name? That Japanese guy.
Oh, William Hung?
William Hung. And the answer is definitely not. Getting back to that guy that called earlier that was trying to stir the pot. You know, remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Just trying to stir the pot. You're not fooling anybody, Pally, okay? You're not fooling anyone on this side. We've been around the block a whole bunch of times, and look where we wound up. Oh, God. In the middle of a sports bar with a microphone. Yeah. But the pay is okay. $9.09. Man, we got that 1,000 licked easy. I don't know what Josh is getting all freaked out about.
This is Neil Rogers.
Piece of cake.
This is 560 QAM.
Know that the Lord even loves Neil Rogers.
Absolutely. Tom Cruise
I'm not gay! I'm not gay, damn it!
returns
How come nobody wants to believe me? I tell you, I'm not gay.
in Mission Implausible $3 bill.
Good morning, Mr. Ken Bedfeld. Your file contains a glamour pic of Hollywood starlet Nicole Kidman. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, is to marry her and pretend you're straight, like Rock Hudson or something. If you fail at this mission, you will disavow of any information. This tape will pleasure itself in 10 seconds. Good luck, Tom.
Oh, no. Poor Tommy. 12:45 at 560 WQAM. J-Lo to adopt, ? Has got a picture of here. You talk about a match made in hell. She had hoped to be pregnant by hubby Mark Anthony before Mother's Day, but you know something? Doesn't happen by osmosis, is what I'm told.
Can't make no babies that way.
No, not that way. J-Lo was devastated that her dream to be pregnant by Mother's Day failed to come true, so now she's considering adoption. The 36-year-old superstar with that gigantic ass still hopes the stork will visit her and hubby Mark Anthony. Oh, man, he's just...
Looks like Skeletor.
Yeah. I'm not doing that story. Oh, wait a minute. Tom and Katie's new baby. You think it takes after Mom or Dad? It's a picture of, who is that? The Tomcat baby is just a stuffed monkey that Katie was holding during Tom's son Connor's baseball game. She's got a stuffed monkey. In fact, there's a better chance that the monkey got her pregnant than Tom. But then, oh, and look at this. Man, you talk about...
Flaming.
Man, oh, man. Taylor Hicks. You've got to get this paper. You've got to get this magazine. Taylor Hicks denies rumors from Internet and his hometown Idol winner's gay shocker.
Gay.
He blamed a fruity purple jacket. That's what it was. Man. Jaws dropped when clean-cut Clay Aiken showed up at the American Idol finale looking like disgraced actor Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, but in 2003, bow-tied Clay, runner-up in American Idol's second season, was the mirror image of Rubens' geeky Pee Wee Herman character, and it's got the pictures here. It's beautiful. Rubens is on probation for possessing obscene material with his bow tie. American Idol winner Taylor Hicks is caught up in a raging gay sex scandal. I can't believe that. Can you?
No, I never would have thunk it.
The Enquirer has learned that the silver-haired 29-year-old bachelor who don't look a day over 50 has been the target of nasty homosexual lies on the Internet and his hometown Alabama. They don't cotton to them kind in Alabama. And behind-the-scenes sources say the malicious gossip nearly kept Taylor from beating out Catherine McPhee on the Fox TV finale May 24 when he was crowned the fifth idol in front of 43 million idiotic viewers. Inside Hollywood's Kodak Theater, Taylor was freaking out that a queer smear would rob... Oh, no. A queer smear.
It's the schmeariest of all.
Yeah, I think I've been involved in a few of those. He was freaking out that a queer smear would rob him of victory, an AI insider told the Enquirer. First, he blamed a fruity purple velvet jacket that he wore, and he was told there were rumors about his sexuality all over the place. I think maybe just because he looks... Hicks was especially alarmed about gay comments posted on an AI internet blog. Taylor was angry when one fan typed, Freddie Mercury of the band Queen was also gay, and he too was an amazing vocalist, said the Idol insider. See, there you go with that Freddie Mercury. Must have been a psychic again.
Right.
A source added, Taylor was even upset that viewers would think buddies in his audience cheering him on would be considered his gay lovers. Buddies. As in bunk buddies, and like in that. And when the Enquirer went to his hometown of Birmingham, Alabama, the place was abuzz with Taylor is gay talk. Taylor is
gay
talk. Maybe we can have a show like that, huh? Maybe they'll do that across the street to kind of like lighten up the load of that heavy stuff they do on and on and on. In fact, you know what? I think we ought to let them talk about all that and do something else on this station.
That's
anything else.
Brilliant idea. Too bad it's not going to happen.
At the oldest gay bar in town, the Quest Club, an employee told the Enquirer the rumors about Taylor being gay got to such a point that I checked out whether he'd ever signed in as a club member. He hadn't, but we would love it if he was gay. I have one question for that.
Why?
Well, that's right. I forgot I saw that American Idol obsession with lifeless people. Hicks's 3 performances in the openly gay 22nd Street Jazz Cafe also fueled the Birmingham rumor mill. Club owner Randy Harper told the Enquirer, Taylor and his band played here last in 2004 and got a great reception. It would be great if he was gay, but I haven't heard anything that makes me believe that he is. One reason for the rumors may be that never-married Hicks doesn't have a serious girlfriend. Oh, he's only 29. His grandma, Joni Hicks, 77, was quoted as saying, Taylor is married to his music right now. You know what that means?
Gay. Yeah, exactly.
That's code for...
Gay. That's right.
Married to his job, kind of like Condoleezza.
Gay.
Right. Kind of like Annie, what's her name?
Basically,
Coulter.
gay. Any other answer.
Kind of like Miss Fudd.
Gay.
Girlfriends require quite a bit of attention and time, and that's what Taylor absolutely does not have now. Taylor is not the first... Taylor is not the first American Idol star to face rumors. Clay Aiken, 2003 runner-up, has long denied persistent speculation that he's had affairs with men.
You mean gay Aiken? Including
Prince Charles. Oh, and it's got a bunch of trivia for American Idol. I'll save that for you. You can read it when you buy it.
Oh, yeah. We'll wrap ourselves around it tight.
Here comes the part. Here comes the piece of resistance, baby. The piece with no resistance. Seriously, it's right in the middle when you open up the middle fold of the magazine. You'll see lots of folds. In fact, they ought to call this La Page de Folds. This is the stars with deadly eating disorders.
All right.
You're just going to go nuts when you see this. Ashley Simpson, her low point, she was 5'6" and weighed 70 pounds. My left leg weighs more than that.
Wow.
I think Fat Boy's ass certainly weighs more than 70 pounds.
This morning it weighed more than that.
I think just his right cheek weighs more than that. Stars with deadly eating disorders and those at risk. Fame can kill. Oh, here, Kirstie Alley. I'm serious. When you do not eat a meal before you open up to the middle of this magazine.
All right.
In fact, I would go on about a 3-day fast. Maybe have a little
fettuccine.
Cookie dough. Wow. Fame can kill. That's especially true in Hollywood, where the constant pressure to maintain their figures causes some stars to develop deadly eating disorders, such as anorexia, bulimia, even binge eating, and puts other stars at risk, it says. It goes on. I already read you the Oprah thing. Jamie Lynn Sigler. I don't even know who she is.
Meadow from The Sopranos.
Oh, I don't watch that show.
She's
Her low point was 5'6" and 90 pounds.
Damn.
At 16, she struggled with what she calls exercise bulimia, an eating disorder that compelled her to exercise obsessively to burn calories. Distraught over the breakup with a boyfriend, the 5'6" beauty lost 30 pounds.
About 30, man.
And weighed only 90 by eating less than 300 calories a day, taking 7 dance classes a week, and exercising up to 4 hours a day. I hated the way I looked when I saw myself in the mirror, but I just couldn't stop what I was doing, she confesses. She co-stars as daughter Meadow Soprano on HBO's mob drama, The Sopranos. Finally, she reached out for help from a nutritionist, a therapist, and a psychologist who prescribed me medication. Maybe if she just headed for like a restaurant, would have been good. Could have saved a lot of cash.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Simpson. Ashley says, I was around a lot of girls with eating disorders. Actually had a minor one myself. Yeah, a minor one, 5'6", 70 pounds. Oh, God. The punk rocker turned Pop-Tart reveals that she had a brush with an eating disorder. There's Pop-Tarts that weigh more than she does. She had a brush with the eating disorder anorexia when she was only 11. Ashley was taking ballet classes and found herself surrounded by rail-thin dancers. At 5'6", the aspiring ballerina slipped to a scrawny 70 pounds after about 6 months of not eating too much at all. Luckily, her eating habits and gaunt figure sparked her parents' concern. Now shapely at 21, the pop princess boasts that her food issues have long been put to rest. I think I have good curves, and they're womanly, she said, but you would never know that because the picture here, she weighed about 4 pounds. Although Josh is smitten with her. Not Ashley Simpson.
I'd like to smit with her sister.
There you go. Well, George did. He didn't smit, but he did sit with his sister.
You sat with her
across the table.
Put my arm
sat
around
right
her.
Across the table, didn't even put his hand under the table at all.
No, we got this blockage down here, you know.
Kelly Clarkson, another American Idol bitch. She's 5'4". She forced herself to slim down to 109. I can hear the Beach Boys singing it right now. After losing a music edition to a rival whom judges deem more physically fit. How about 409?
Well,
you don't have it, huh?
I ought to.
When I was younger, I tried out for a part, and this other girl beat me out who was not musically gifted as me, Kelly recalls. Oh, she must have been really talented. So she was so cheated that she, for nearly 6 months, she didn't eat much of anything. There it is. Told you.
Yeah.
That was enough.
Slow.
Paula Abdul, that bitch. I realized I needed professional help when I looked at myself in the mirror. My body looked like a skeleton. I could see my bones sticking out through my skin. My legs looked as thin as toothpicks, she said. With all those chilling words, the American Idol judge recalled the day she hit rock bottom, and checked into a clinic to beat the eating disorder. At a petite 5'2", she now tries to maintain her weight of 105, but she's ballooned to 135 in the past. In her darkest days, she would binge on an entire cake, a bag of cookies, and a tub of ice cream, then purge by going to the bathroom and vomiting. Oh, God. To make matters worse, the former L.A. Lakers cheerleader exercised obsessively to burn off the calories. By 1994, she was down to a scant 86 pounds. But I'm not going to waste your time with all these other ones, like Courtney Thorne-Smith, which I don't even know who she is. She's on a sitcom Day by Day, never seen it.
She's been on a bunch of things, movies.
She was down to 5'6" and 103 pounds. But now she's up to a tubby 104, I guess. Doesn't say. Barbara Streisand, man, when you see this picture, you will either laugh yourself to death or just pee in your pants or both. Barbara says, and in this picture, she's got that one boobie pointed toward the southeast, and I'm not sure what else is behind that jacket on the other side.
Maybe a sandwich.
Maybe they've all blended into one now.
Maybe she's got a grinder.
One big blob of fat on her chest. I've been eating like a pig. I hate exercising. It's torture for me, says Barbara. Oh, could have fooled me, sweetheart. People. The multi-talented Hollywood diva bared her soul on TV's primetime last September after she gained 30 pounds.
About 30, man.
In just 6 months and weighed in at 175. During her 60s heyday, she dieted and exercised to stay a svelte 120. She gradually plumped up to 145. And then 175. Anybody go for 200? But while filming the 2004 comedy Meet the Fockers, the 64-year-old Oscar winner morphed into a junk food junkie, gorging on fried chicken, brownies, cupcakes, and ice cream from the buffet table between scenes. If you were in a movie called Meet the Fockers, you'd probably have some disorders, too. Pals revealed that Babs' hubby, James Brolin, encouraged her to change her eating habits and began an exercise routine. Instead, she turned to diet experts at Jenny Craig for help, and now she looks just like Kirstie Alley, like a cow.
Cookie dough.
Oh, here's Winona Judd. Oh, my God, she makes Barbara look like a midget. Winona Judd, my God. Guess, holy moly, rat man. You know Winona Judd?
Yeah,
Country
she's always been
star?
thick.
Oh, yeah. She's a little more than thick right now. She weighs 274.
Wow.
She's wearing a pup tent. Wow. But the best one I saved for last. Remember I told you about this before? Hopefully you forgot. I gave you that musical clue.
Right.
Oh, Nicole Richie. Let's see. In 2004, she weighed 122 pounds, but plunged to a fairly frail... Oh, this is the one. Why is she wearing this bra? She has, like, where other women have, like, outdentations, like... She has indentations, like a skeleton.
They're concave.
She weighs 85 pounds.
Yeah.
5'2", and full of goo, and she weighs 82 pounds. Well, wait till we get back and do the Monica one, man. That's my favorite. Seriously, if it's the last thing you do, go out and buy this magazine. Do it today.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
The 1 to 2 hour.
Blame it all on Iraq and them wiretaps. Dick shot that old guy in the face. A few hurricanes and Valerie Plame, Abu Ghraib and Guantanamo Bay.
Abu Ghraib.
No WMDs, just Scooter Libby and gas prices out of control. I can't stop the flow of people from Mexico, so I'm going down in the post, 'cause I'm the press with low ratings. A few folks like me, but most hate me. My second term, let's face it, people, makes everybody squirm. My English, it needs translating. I'm on thin ice, and boy, am I skating. No, I'm the press with low ratings.
Absolutely.
'Cause I'm the press with low ratings.
Oh, yeah.
A few folks like me.
Anyway, your buddy Lou Dobbs, your new hero, writes, before we get to Monica and her cow-like appearance, Dobbs says gay marriage amendment, sheer nonsense. President Bush this week urged Congress to pass a constitutional amendment banning gay marriage. By the way, it never got to a vote. They killed it.
Right.
At a time when the U.S. faces some of the greatest challenges in our nation's history, says Liu. So logically, what could possibly better ensure the prosperous and bright future of working men and women and their families than for the Senate to work on a constitutional amendment that's guaranteed to fail? It is clear that cynical, patronizing White House political strategists are trying to rally a conservative base that they believe is more base than conservative. They're wrong on all counts. We're fighting a war against radical Islamist terrorists with ongoing campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan. We're drowning in debt from our growing record trade and budget deficits, and we're watching our public education system fail a generation of students. Congress has yet to act on an effective solution to our illegal immigration crisis, as millions of illegals flood our borders each year, and our nation's borders and ports are still woefully insecure 4.5 years after the attacks of 9/11. Lou says, I believe most Americans are far more concerned about their declining real wages and the lack of real creation of quality jobs than in the insulting insertion of wage issues into the national dialogue and political agenda. But President Bush and the Senate have decided they should take up a constitutional ban on gay marriage. Polls tell us most of us oppose gay marriage. Those same polls also are shouting to our elected representatives in Washington that we want real leadership and real solutions to real problems. The President and the Senate's Republican leadership are now claiming that an amendment to our Constitution is necessary to save the American family. No matter how you feel about the issue, and many of us feel deeply, a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage is utter and complete nonsense. It's an insult to the intelligence of every voter, Republican or Democrat, liberal or conservative. The President and the Senate are focusing on one of the few reasons that has not been proven to cause divorce. They instead should look to financial hardships and lack of communication about family finances. The median family income is stagnating, while gasoline costs and higher interest rates are eating up the family budget. Nor is the Senate looking at the national tragedy of out-of-wedlock births. In 7 states, more than 40% of our children are born out of wedlock. Nationally, more than 1 out of 3 of our children born to unmarried parents. Both political parties love to excite and enliven their so-called bases by focusing on wedge issues like gay marriage, abortion, gun control, school prayer, and flag burning. Both the Republicans and Democrats raise these issues to distract and divert public attention from the pressing issues that affect our way of life and our nation's future. Are these wedge issues really how Congress should be spending its time, especially given how little time politicians spend in Washington, D.C. these days? I'd rather see our 535 elected representatives and this president use their time to combat poverty, fix our crumbling schools, secure our broken borders and ports, and hold employers accountable for their hiring illegal aliens. And like millions of Americans, I'm desperate for a resolution to our wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. How can we tolerate elected officials who press wedge issues when 37 million people in the U.S. live in poverty, 1 in every 8 Americans? Almost 18% of children under the age of 18 live in poverty, 13 million kids. Nearly 46 million people live without health insurance, about 16% of the population, a number that has risen by 6 million since 2000. More than 1 in 10 children are uninsured, and a quarter of people with incomes below 25 grand also lack any health insurance. College costs are skyrocketing. There's been a 40% jump, inflation-adjusted, in tuition and fees at public four-year colleges and universities over the past 5 years, according to the College Board. The cost for brand-name prescription drugs have also increased twice as fast as the rate of inflation. In fact, over the past 6 years, the average rise in the price of brand-name drugs is 40%, according to the AARP. But while these increases in the price of basics make it harder for working men and women to make ends meet, the President and Congress would rather drive wedge issues than work toward real solutions. I wonder if the President's political advisors know just how ill-advised and smarmy this wedge issue looks to the millions of us who want solutions to the critical, urgent problems facing this nation. Worse, I wonder if they even care. Says your hero, Lou Dobbs. How do you like that?
Great going, Lou. Keep it up.
Keep going, Lou. Yeah, that thing that Jon Stewart did on Lou Dobbs, and who was it that was on there with him? I don't know what that was all about. It was just a panic. It was a laugh riot.
Was it?
No.
Oh.
958 votes at 105. We got it made in the shade. 958. Who is your favorite dead singer? John Lennon, 176. Bob Marley, 106. Jim Morrison, 83. Elvis, 62. Roy Orbison, 49. Marvin Gaye, 47. Hey, Marvin, how's it going, sweetheart? Freddie Mercury, 44. Kurt Cobain, 42. Jimi Hendrix, 41. Johnny Cash, 41. Frank Sinatra, 39. George Harrison, 34. Jim Croce, 28. Patsy Cline, 27. Janis Joplin, 23. Jerry Garcia, 19. Oh, boy, fat. Karen Carpenter, 16. She's right on Jerry's butt. Rick Nelson, only 14. They don't like him. Buddy Holly, 14. Nat King Cole, 11. Celia Cruz, 10. I Hate This Pool, 9. Frank Zappa, only 5. Bobby Darin, 3. Tupac's got 3. Luther Vandross, 3. Mama Cass had 3, and she ate them all. Billy Preston, 3. Notorious B.I.G., 2. And Old Dirty's got 1. In fact, he might even show it to Regis before the end of the show. Old Dirty.
Aye.
Monica Lewinsky. Oh, wait till you see this. 5'6", and guess how many pounds?
198.
Oh, God, you're not even warm.
Really?
Guess again.
She's over 2?
Oh.
230.
Keep going.
No.
Keep going.
250.
Keep going.
No way.
Yes, way.
280.
Keep going.
I don't believe it. 295.
Keep going.
She's not over 3.
Absolutely correct, sir.
5'6", 300 pounds.
She's got to be perfectly round, perfectly spherical.
Well, let me just put it this way. She's wearing like a shirt, like a guy's shirt.
Uh-huh.
And she's got it outside her, whatever she's wearing, her pantaloonies.
She's 5'6"?
5'6",
I'm
300
5'6".
pounds. Let me say it again. 5'6", 300 pounds. She is a cow.
Almost twice my size.
She makes Winona Judd look like a midget. Unfortunately, my appetite doesn't discriminate against my moods. Happy or sad, I love to eat, says Monica. The infamous White House intern loves to eat so much that her weight has once soared to a scale-busting 300 pounds. According to her 94 driver's license, 5'6" Monica weighed a robust 135. But by 1999, a year after her Zippergate affair with Bill Clinton exploded in the headlines, she tipped the scales at 175, but that was only the beginning. Desperate to slim down, Monica signed a deal as spokeswoman for Jenny Craig, earned a reported $10,000 for every pound she shed. The incentive worked, but after the diet company dropped her ass, Monica fell back into her old eating habits and hit almost 300 pounds. By late 2004, she was down to a svelte 260 when she spent 5 days consulting nutritionists and fitness experts at Grail Springs Health Retreat and Wellness Spa in Bancroft, Ontario, Canada, eh? Oh, I thought that the earth was tilting. Pals close to the 32-year-old handbag designer blame her chronic overeating on her scandalous affair with Clinton. Oh, yeah, let's blame Bubba for it. He used to eat all them cheeseburgers, you know?
Yeah.
Monica has struggled with her weight virtually her entire life, added Jenny Craig spokesman Brian Luscombe. Well, poor Monica. Mental health experts, by the way, report that eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental illness. 95% of those with eating disorders are between the ages of 12 and 25. See, nothing wrong with being a tubby kid. I mean, you're not going to live very long, but nevertheless.
Right. No, I know that.
Wow. Yeah, you sure do. Oh, and look at this. We've both been heathered. Ex-beau of Paul's wife thanks him for stealing her. The man jilted by Heather Mills 6 days before they were due to marry has written a letter to Paul McCartney telling him no hard feelings. Oh. And here's a picture of Paul McCartney here. It looks like he's sucking on a quince. No, seriously, when you...
he always looks like that.
Oh, my God.
He's always had that puss on.
Good God. Filmmaker Chris Terrell even thanks Paul for saving him from certain misery, adding, as things have turned out, I should probably thank you for having taken my seat on a plane that was doomed to crash in flames. Terrell's open letter to ex-Beatle Paul comes as Heather, who lost a leg in a motorbike accident, wages a bitter battle to grab a $400 million slice of the rock legend's fortune. Heather, 38, has told friends she was bored with life as Mrs. McCartney. He always looked like he was sucking on a quince. She and Paul, 63, have a 2-year-old daughter. Terrell, 54, met Heather while making a film about landmines in Cambodia in 2001. On the flight home, she says they joined the Mile High Club, making passionate love under a blanket. He proposed 12 days later, giving her a bamboo engagement ring. Oh, bamboo. Phoo. But 6 days before their wedding, after she'd met McCartney, Heather called the whole thing off. Terrell wrote McCartney, no hard feelings now, all is fair in love and war and all that. Maybe one day we could have have a beer and compare notes. We have both been heathered, and that's something a chap never forgets. Since marrying McCartney at an Irish castle in 2003, the former topless model, who's really Mias, by the way, have you ever seen her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's gross.
Yeah.
Got a big gap between her teeth. She looks British.
Yeah, but she has big boobs, so.
Has been accused of being a gold digger and exaggerated her background. Coming to Heather's defense, her sister Fiona stormed. Heather knew she was making a huge mistake marrying Chris Terrell. He's rumored to be fueling negative stories by using ex-girlfriends who are producers to make cruel documentaries about her and not be man enough to admit it. Oh, just all kinds of... Don't you wish you had these problems?
Oh, yeah.
Should be their biggest problem. I'm sure there's more in here, man. I'm just getting worn out from just getting started, though. Now, if I was you, isn't there that Walgreens right there on the corner?
Right.
On the way out the door. In fact, I'm surprised. See, back in the day, one of our listeners would have already brought you in a copy of the magazine.
Back when we had an audience.
Right. Yeah. Back in the day when this station meant something, we had a gigantic audience, and we used to, really, have something going.
It's been a force to be reckoned with.
Right, that is correct. Now we're just no more force, of course. But I would stop at a Walgreens there and pick this up because, they got all the tabloids there. Make sure you get the right one with a picture of these fat and scrawny chicks on the front.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, you'll see Bobo right away. 971 on that pull. We got somebody out there, right?
Uh-huh.
971. That's kind of fun. We got the Curtis at 2, and then we got the Marlin game. There's no fun in that, man. They suck. Marlins on deck at 3. The Marlins at the Giants, 3:35. Now, did Barry hit one? I guess not last night. They only scored 2 runs. Huh?
No,
Huh?
He did not.
Oh, in other words, you know that for a fact?
Yes, I do.
Well, in other words, you checked? You checked to see if Barry hit 717. Boy, you're on top of that thing.
In other words, I saw the highlight, and so I know.
What was the highlight? What happened?
I didn't see the whole highlight. I just saw, the box score.
In other words, it wasn't him. It wasn't Barry.
Correct.
Because obviously you couldn't give a crap less about the Giants.
Not really.
No, and who would? And since J.T. Snow left there, I don't either when you come right down to it. 12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. If you love boating, you can go out and spend a ton of money and buy a boat, and that's where the hassles just begin. Oh, my goodness. A lot of grief, a lot of maintenance, a lot of expense. So instead of doing that, here's a smart alternative for you. Stop and call Club Nautico at 1-800-BOAT-RENT instead. Why pay the expenses of buying a boat when you can rent one totally hassle-free? They do all the hassle for you, man. They take it all out of there. Join the club at Club Nautico. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. You'll be surprised at just how easy it is. No docking costs, no expensive upkeep, no insurance, and no hurricane preparation. When you have a boat from Club Nautico, it's totally stress-free and truly affordable. They take care of all the things for you. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. No getting the boat ready because Club Nautico do it for you. No cleaning up either. At Club Nautico, just hop on your boat and go and have a fantastic time. When you're done pulling to the dock, get off and leave. Just walk away. Call Club Nautico at 1-800-BOAT-RENT. They make it simple for you. From unlimited boating to pay-as-you-go, from small boats to yacht charters and everything in between, these are the people to be calling. Club Nautico. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT and let Club Nautico tailor a plan to fit what you need and your budget, too. Affordable, hassle-free. Get on the water today with Club Nautico by calling 1-800-BOAT-RENT.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
All the time.
The radio industry turns to FMQB for the latest on Opie and Anthony. If you haven't read FMQB lately, here's what you missed.
The other day, Opie had a ham sandwich. And Anthony had a nice dump.
Once just a marginal morning zoo, but now the only morning zoo that you need to know. Yes, none other than Opie and Anthony's agent Bob Eatman markets a fresh new concept to Morning Drive.
I've got the low voice.
Yeah, and I got the high voice.
Wow, that is like so morning zoo.
Oh, what hijinks those crazy kids will have in store for you
too. You want to find out more? Subscribe now to Opie and Anthony, FMQB, for the latest industry insider scoop on, you guessed it, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
I hear the voices.
So speaking of FMQB, I got it in my hand right now, and the latest and greatest. After spending only 20, and I got this without any help from Norma Kent, too. How do you like that?
Oh, wow.
After spending only 20 minutes debating the legislation on Tuesday night, last night, the House of Representatives is voting this afternoon on the Senate of the version of the indecency bill. It is widely expected the bill will be approved, is there any doubt, thus hiking indecency fines to 10 times the current amount, and President Bush will then sign the bill into law, make no mistake about it. He'll be in a big rush to do that. Only Rush, I think, has got an exemption in this. He can say all the crap he wants.
Right.
Reports say that the bill sets the maximum amount, we know that, 325. 4 representatives spoke last night with only Diane Watson, Democratic California, opposing legislation. According to Broadcast and Cable, she said that the bill was a weak attempt to solve the issue and calling it uncreative policy that will harm our creative community. Representative Fred Upton, Republican of Michigan, helped craft the House version of the indecency bill, which had stronger language and stiffer penalties. He said yesterday, we're entering the home stretch and getting the filth and XXX smut off the public airwaves. Oh, God. Don't you just love people like that?
Oh, yeah. What's he got going?
Something. Probably lots of skeletons rattling around
That's
the closet. Right. At their current levels, fines are more a cost of doing business rather than a deterrent, said Upton, according to the Hollywood Reporter. The current cap for fines, $32.5. To put that into perspective, a 30-second commercial air during this year's Super Bowl cost $2.6 million, averaging more than $86,000 a second. By raising the fines to $325,000, I'm confident that broadcasters will think twice about pushing the envelope, and our kids will be better for it. Oh, yeah, all you kids out there, don't push the envelope here. Don't push it. When they put that food on the table, just push it away. Say, fam, Ma, put something good on there.
Yeah.
Give me some raviolios. Now, speaking of food, I never eat on the air anymore. But I will make an exception. I think I'm going to do this every Wednesday on Woodbine Wednesdays. Except, of course, I won't be working them any more Wednesdays, because pretty soon, sooner than you think, we start that summertime, vacations and schedules and stuff. You're on vacation next week, right?
That is correct.
What about Josh? Does Josh get any vacation?
No. Yeah, in December, I take
December. Oh, then you go to Vegas?
No, I will.
You're taking that Ruski chick to Vegas?
I'll be going to Tahoe in December.
Oh, okay. Well, a horse of a different color. Now, you told me you were there before?
Yeah, I've been to Tahoe before.
It is beautiful, man.
It's great.
I don't know about the gambling part, about downtown, but the lake, oh, man. I made a mistake by that lake.
Did you?
Well, no, because there's 2 signs that say Lake Tahoe, and one means like the casino part, and the other means the actual lake. And that takes you up in Las Montañas, man, and that was a wild ride. God, all these curving roads. There's a couple of spots in the road up there where you just a stop sign. You either come to a stop or you go over the cliff. Mm-hmm. And you have to, practically make a U-turn to keep on going around the mountains. Beautiful stuff, man. Tahoe. Well, I sure hope you don't play any slots out there, because that's evil, It's the work of the devil.
Don't worry.
What? You'll play some slots. So anyway, you know what I'm eating now?
Weenie.
Uh-oh, I better not tell you. Oh, that was a bad mistake on my part.
Frank.
No, it's Havarti. If you're going to have a party, always buy some Havarti. But guess what brand it is?
Oh, Kraft.
Sorry.
Kraft. That's right.
It's good, too.
Yeah.
You don't like it? Just because it's Kraft?
If you get another brand of Havarti, it would be better.
It's got no carbs.
Compare it.
That's all I got right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, because it's really not good, especially when you got diabetes. This business of not eating all day. You had the bacon in the morning like I do.
Right.
And then go all the way through till nighttime. That's not good.
No, it's not.
To keep your blood sugar nice and constant, under 700.
That's right.
You have to have, small meals throughout the day. And, maybe take a couple of calls throughout the day, 1 or 2, not too many. WQAM, hello.
Yes, Neil, let me just turn my radio down. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I heard somebody call. I've been in and out of my car about black artists. So this is a case where I have more than one. Certainly Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke would be an excellent choice.
And the Temptations were really David Ruffin and Eddie Kendricks.
Ruffin, that is correct.
And Eddie Kendricks.
Okay.
And one more, Barry White.
Barry White. You getting all of these, Josh?
I've seen them all in concert. But
was Barry White?
No.
I don't think so.
Barry White's dead.
I know that. Barry White, Eddie Kendricks. You're going a little fast. David Ruffin, and
right.
who's the first one?
Sam
Cooke was great. He'll get a lot of votes.
Yeah. Sam I saw when I was a little boy. But
did he get shot in a motel room?
Yes, he did, sir.
Damn it. I tried to tell him stay out of them floozy motels, Sam, but
father
Huh?
shot him, or was that Marvin Gaye?
No, that was Marvin Gaye's daddy shot him. They had like a, he was...
Actually, it was a jealous boyfriend. That's right.
That's what it was. Okay, thanks a lot, pal.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye's daddy shot Marvin. That's why we like Ben Harper better, because at least he's still alive.
That's right.
Try to have a little bit of variety. There's not that much left in this thing, but it is craft. So I don't want to overdo it, because it probably will kill me. Why do you say that? We got 993 votes. Everything is looking so positive now, man. Norma's got that big meeting on Friday with the JJs. You know who else is going to be at that meeting?
I give up.
JJ from Good Times. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what do you have against Barry Bonds doing drugs? If he wants
I'm all
to take
for it,
drugs,
man. I'm all for him.
Huh?
Why, do you want some of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a head start. WQAM, hello. It's one of Josh's people. Oh, it's the Crow. Oh, no. Oh, no, it was the Crow. I know that voice anywhere. You never did send me that, by the way.
You scared the hell out of
Yeah,
me.
you never sent it to me.
No, I still don't have it.
Well, why not? Where
We're
is
in
it?
the wrong vault.
Well, get it out of the vault.
We'll get it.
That needs to be played a lot. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
did you ever get a chance to listen to Kalamazoo?
Oh, boy. Fading off into the etheric, man. Just fading away. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Frank Zappa?
He's on there.
He's on
Got
there.
5 votes.
5 votes. Also,
Okay.
I turned on QAM over the weekend. It was a big
I'm so
mistake.
sorry.
Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I turned on QAM over the weekend. It was a big mistake on my part because I heard this guy named The Crow.
Yeah.
That's him. I'm talking about The Crow. I'd rather listen to Heckle and Jekyll, you know?
There you go. In fact, we're thinking of hiring them for next weekend. Thanks. Good suggestion. Huh? Heckle, Jekyll, and Schmeckle we're going to put on to replace the Crow. I'll tell you one thing. This station is just obsessed with that crap.
567. Oh, 560.
I mean, if there's anybody, he's got it written all over his forehead. He do not belong on the air.
I got your probiotics right here, homeboy. Manny Ramirez.
I think that's the Crow's favorite.
I like that one.
Yeah. Well, we keep putting on, we keep insisting on putting on people who don't belong on the air, and that seems to be the forte of our new head honcho, the new bright light in the Beasley organization, Clarence Darrow. Putting on people who very clearly don't belong on the air. That's his speciality du jour, and do it. He'd do it. He's doing all over the place. We got 1,000 votes. Now I can leave. Aren't you excited?
Thrilled.
This is good. Yeah, now, do you like Havarti?
Yeah, I do.
Man, that's good stuff. I'm sure you. Well, of course, you'd avoid it like the plague. Just pretend you don't see the brand name, because this is good.
Well, I'd
they have that Swiss. They're like rectangular, like kind of a
tube.
Not a tube, but like a rectangular package. You've seen these,
right?
Like long bricks of cheese. Not that
That's right.
long, but yeah.
No.
They make Swiss, which is pretty good. But the Havarti is out of this world. Got lots of calcium in it too, man.
Try a different brand. I bet you'd be surprised.
Like what?
Like Borden.
Borden, Lady Borden.
Sure.
She's a cow.
Like, I'm sure you have some nice local dairies up there in Canada.
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
Cheese.
Okay, next time I go in the market, I'll see if I can find a replacement. Next Wednesday, I promise you, I will not be no craft products.
It all comes out of the same vat.
During the Wednesday at Woodbine segment. Finally revealed, this is what I love about these tabloids. Finally revealed the real father of Jackson's children. The only problem is it doesn't say. Michael has always claimed he fathered the 2 kids he had with Debbie Rowe, and only a moron would believe it. One of Michael's worst nightmares is about to come true. The identity of the real father of his 2 eldest children is about to be made public. Aren't you on the edge of your seat?
No, not really.
Sources say the bombshell disclosure will devastate the already embattled pop star, who's always insisted that he's the biological father of his son, Prince Michael 9, and daughter Paris 8. Michael has told the world repeatedly that he's the daddy of these 2 kids. It's a big, bold-faced lie, and now it's about to blow up in his face, said a source. An insider added, there's so many sources and so many insiders, you know? An insider added there's a question of how much more Michael can take. He was acquitted of child molestation charges last June, but the 4-month criminal trial destroyed both his reputation and his finances. If the real father of his children is revealed, it has the potential of shattering him for good, said the insider, even in Bahrain. Isn't that great?
That is great.
Oh, and also let's see, where is it? It's not in this story. I think it was in Mike, what's his name? His gossip things there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Huh?
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name either.
I think that there was a thing in here about he's getting pizza. There's a local pizzeria in Hollywood. Here, Mike Walker. Is that in here? I know I read it in here somewhere in this magazine. Oh, yeah, here you go. Michael Jackson broke, ? Don't waste the time worrying about El Wacko. Once a week, regular as clockwork, his favorite pizzeria, Joe Peeps in the San Fernando Valley, packs pies for him and his veiled rugrats in round metal film cans, then ships him off to Bahrain or wherever he might be. The pizza's not pricey, but Jacko's FedEx bill equals my mortgage payment, says Mike. Not cute?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's got problems, man. He's getting pizza. He's in Bahrain. He's getting pizza shipped in. I guess they probably don't have good pizza in Bahrain, you bet?
Well, not the kind he likes.
I don't think so. They sure as hell don't have here, man. They got crap.
Really?
28 past 1. If you ever come to Toronto, do not go to Pizza. I'll tell you that right now. You'll puke your guts out. If you're a cigar smoker and like to kick back with a good fat one and a good premium brand cigar, too, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Burhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco, processed and aged up to 10 years. Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker specializing in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, a flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and 9.1 by Smoke Magazine. This rich-flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar's got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also, be sure to try their Bahia Deseo, the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months. The Deseo gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider, really high, like that caller 2 calls back. A powerful cigar with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied with additional spice and a note of charred wood. Careful, you're going to wind up with charred wood yourself. To get 40% off on Bahia Cigars, tell them that Neil Rogers sent you, and, like I said, you're going to save a lot of cash, 40% off the regular price. So call them at this toll-free number, 1-800-35-BAHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Howard David's a bitch.
Absolutely.
Taylor had a bad day, people finally awoke. They figured out that he was really a joke. Didn't like the gray hair, or his white guy dance. It's hard to believe he ever had a chance. He had a bad day, how'd he get this far? Simon was right, he should be singing in bars. Hicks had a bad day, he had a bad day.
But don't forget, he's not gay. 133-2702. You know, here's a lesson to everybody listening to me right now. Take it from an old fag, okay? When somebody tells you that they're not gay, you know what that means?
That they are?
Yes. Good
Boy,
guess.
See, I told you, Josh, there's no chance for you, man.
Howard Stern finally started dishing this morning about the settlement of his lawsuit with CBS Radio, with the crux of his conversation revolving around the acquisition of his 20-year broadcast archive. Sirius paid $2 million to CBS to get control of 23 hours of his material, which now can be broadcast in uncensored form on Sirius. Stern said he would not syndicate it back to terrestrial radio, it would be exclusively heard on Sirius. And there's an interesting thing in here, especially since this is on FMQB, which is so far up Howard's butt that it's coming out of his earlobes. It says it'll be interesting to see what Stern ends up doing with the archive, as he has said multiple times that the last 10 years at K-Rock were subpar radio, so that there'll be an expectation for the bulk of material he initially dives into for rebroadcast to be culled from his first decade at K-Rock. How do you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Says, no matter how it's presented, fans of Stern's classic days will rejoice as appearances by Old Dirty, Billy West, Sam Kinison, Hank the Dwarf, and more will finally be able to be heard in their uncensored form, without all those, without Duff sitting there with that 18 dump buttons, you know? I'll tell you one thing, what we did to the Stern Show on this station, the people are on death row for lesser crimes than that. We sliced it up, we had sliced it and diced it, and speaking of Swiss cheese, my God. You know, these last 2 years in this place, it's been like a never-ending nightmare. You know, you keep thinking you're going to wake up, and it never happens. That's probably because of good sound management. And speaking of that, here's next week's schedule just came over, and this looks like this week's schedule to me.
There's some revisions and whatnot.
Oh, I see. Well, let's see. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are already gone. Do we care about any of the things on his schedule? I don't see anything I care about. Got a whole bunch of stuff. UM baseball on the weekend, the 1360, and this and that, and a whole bunch of stuff that nobody cares about. Why? Who gave you that?
Grieper.
Oh, Grieper. Kick his ass out of there. Don't let him in our studio. He's not allowed in there. Kick his ugly ass out. Grieper my ass. If I've told you once, I've told you 9 times to keep him out of there. Man, what a silly person. 9. What kind of an adult? What kind of a supposed adult says 9? Huh?
He had a cold that day.
Did not have a cold that day. That's how he talked. Now, so in other words, you're sticking up for Grieper now.
No,
huh?
I'm just telling you that with the story.
Get out of here. He had a cold my ass.
9.
Yeah. That's exactly how he says it. He can't speak. 1,008 votes on the poll, and Barry White and Eddie Kendricks and Sam Ruff, Who is Sam Ruff?
Isn't that what,
Sam Cooke. Oh, my God.
I don't know.
Cook rhymes with schnook.
Because that guy said David Ruffin, so I think Josh got
David
confused.
Ruffin, and so he took David Ruffin and Sam Cooke, and he put them together.
Yeah, a little piece of each.
And put a little piece of each one there, and we came up with Sam Ruff. Now, I could see it was Sam Huff that used to play for the Giants, the linebacker, you know? Remember Sam Huff?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
No, you do not.
I believe I do.
You heard of him, though.
Yeah.
Well, you don't remember him. You heard it. Oh, look at that. There's the funeral protesters. God hates fags. Isn't that lovely?
We knew that, by the way.
This is Jimmy Ruffin. This is not David Ruffin.
Sorry.
Joan Osborne from the
Hate to tell
DVD.
Is it David Ruffin?
Yeah.
Well, what the hell did Jimmy Ruffin do? I think he's dead, too.
I can look it up.
That's David Ruffin?
Yes.
All these years. It's just like that thing with Chuck Thompson I learned about yesterday. See, before I croak, I want to learn all these mistakes I've made, like showing up in this station. David Ruffin.
I got no Jimmy Ruffin.
Well, can't you, like, Google it?
I could, but playing music is more fun.
My heart, something or other. What's this called?
My whole world ended.
My whole world ended the day you walked in the door. That's what we sang to Joe Bell. Little did we know how accurate we were. Dum dum dum. There's the Funk Brothers in the background.
Right. That funky bass.
Oh yeah, you can't miss that.
Jimmy Ruffin was a musician.
Well, I know that. Boy, you're so helpful today. I never know how I made the first all these years without you. Sam Ruff. Can we get Sam Cooke on there, please? I mean, this is, the embarrassment factor working in this station is great to begin with. But Sam Ruff?
I don't know who these clowns are now.
You never heard of Sam Cooke? I bet you got You Send Me by Sam Cooke in your pile there. You got it? They're working on the Chain Gang.
Everybody has those.
Is that Sam Ruff or what? Oh, Sam Ruff.
It's Ruff Cook.
And a little generation gap going on this show. That's our problem.
You might remember this from one of our finer bits that we can't play anymore.
Oh, I'm sure that.
Briston?
Sure we can play that. You can't?
I don't know. You tell me.
Why the hell not? It doesn't say fist anywhere, and that says Friston. We can say that. It's just to take off on the Bill Frist, that right-wing crook from Tennessee. Who, of course, was hot to trot on the anti-gay marriage amendment, the Constitutional Amendment, which failed, by the way. They said, forget about it. Get lost. Go whistle in somebody else's rear ear. 1,014 votes on the poll. I told you we'd take it real easy into 1,000. I got a nice sharp knife on here that I'm cutting my Havarti with. I'm saving it for Josh next time I see him. Sam Ruff. Oh, man. Dead singers we never heard of before. That's our next poll.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Man, what's up with your gun from a spoker?
The following message is from your President, Homeland Security, and the NSA.
Your application for the National Voter ID card should be arriving soon. We strongly suggest you apply immediately. Failure to do so may result in heavy fines or imprisonment. For those who already have their National Voter ID card, present it when asked for your papers. Now, here are your instructions to obey without question. Everyone whose last name begins with the letters L through V will report to Halliburton Post 1B today for processing. Please have your papers ready. For tomorrow only, everyone whose last name begins with the letters W through Z and ends with a Stein with a Y or an I will report to KDR Post 2A for processing. Please have your papers ready. Overhead monitors will be showing American Idol to keep you amused while standing in line. To all those loyal to this administration, thank you for your blind support. And don't worry, buddy, we won't be coming for you. We do ask, however, that you come to us and report to KDR Post 3C for processing. Please have your papers ready.
We are going to see your papers.
144 is 16 till 2 at QAM. So anyway, would you please do me a favor and add Sam Cooke on there? You know, the best part of the whole deal is Sam Ruff's got a vote.
Hey,
all right.
He was big. I already sent a message to Eric. I think he's
to change Sam Ruff to Sam Cooke?
Right. Well,
he's busy?
For both of them. That's supposed to be two different names, right? We're supposed to have David Ruffin and Sam
David
Cooke.
Ruffin and Sam Cooke. That's right. We melded them into one. Well, you know something? They're both dead, so what difference does it make?
Right, we'll make a Frankenstein.
There you go. Cadillac Escalade still tops among car thieves, so don't be driving your Escalade. Tell Tom Brady don't be driving his Escalade around the ballpark. GM, Chrysler, and Ford. Well, I tell you, ain't that far off now. It's already the 7th of June. Aren't you getting a little football excited now?
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean
Are
you.
you ready for some football?
Are you ready for some smash mouth football?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that call?
Uh-huh.
That was one of my favorite calls ever in 80 years I've been doing this on QAM, right downstairs on the second floor. I punch up the phone call, and it's some goofball. Hey, Neil, you ready for some smash mouth football? Mouth, M-O-U-F, smash mouth
ready
football.
Ready for some mush mouth football.
Oh, yeah, some mush mouth. Well, we got that on the weekend. In fact, I'm sure that's all over this schedule, the revised schedule we got. We got mush mouth.
I like that one.
I'm sure you do.
How about Yuba and Amoeba, Troba, the Amoeba, the Bloba?
That's
okay?
mush mouth. Okay, but GM, Chrysler, and Ford want to make more cars that people are keen to buy, but they already have a few models that people like to steal. That's how bad they want them. For the fourth straight year, GM's luxury Cadillac Escalade topped the list of late model vehicles most coveted by thieves, according to an analyzation of theft claims in 2005 by the insurance industry. Ford's F-250-350 large pickup truck was in the top 5 most stolen models, along with the Dodge Ram 1500 Quad Cab pickup and the Sebring four-door sedan, both made by Chrysler. How's Lee Iacocca doing? He's still alive, you know it?
Yes, he is.
I'll be damned. You know, look at that. I think he's still doing some spots, you know, look at over 100. Pickups have become more popular among car thieves as their sales have grown. The high-performance Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution four-door sedan was also among the most stolen models for the first time. Investigators suspect it may attract thieves because its parts can be used to customize the standard Lancer. The Ford Taurus and the Pontiac Vibe and Buick LeSabre, both made by GM, were among the least stolen models. Investigators affiliated with the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, which represents insurance companies on safety and consumer issues, examined claims of vehicles between 1 and 3 years old. It's got pop culture appeal, the Escalade. It's got buzz. It's desirable, said Insurance Institute spokesman Russ Rader. He noted that newer vehicles are often stolen by professionals for export, but he said Escalades, with a price tag of more than $60,000 and features like leather seats, a navigation system, and satellite radio, are sometimes found on blocks stripped of their interior parts. How do you like that? You think he got that thing straightened out for us?
He said he was going to.
Oh, yeah, Sam Cooke's on it. We don't have any votes yet. So we have to put an asterisk next to that, like Barry Bonds' records, because he's got a handicap. 1,023 votes. See, once we got to 1,000, then they, eased off a little bit. Plus, I would imagine right now it's the 7th of June. There's nobody around anyway. Kids are out of school, right?
Right.
Who is your favorite dead singer? John Lennon, 179. Bob Marley, 113, Mon. Oh, my God. You know something? If Bob Marley is the second best dead singer of all time, then we better stop the music now, you know? Stop the music. It just makes my stomach churn. That Havarti, I think, is making a comeback. Or else looking for a quick exit. Jim Morrison, 88. Elvis, 65. This is a very anti-Elvis crowd, man. Roy Orbison, 52. Marvin Gaye, 50. Freddie Mercury, 46. Johnny Cash, 44. He's still walking the line. Kurt Cobain, 43. Jimi Hendrix, 42. Frank Sinatra, 39. George Harrison, 37. Jim Croce, 31. I don't think most punks know who Jim Croce is anymore, do they?
Not most, no.
No, well. I bet you Josh knows Jim Croce.
Jim Croce?
You don't know who that is. Patsy Cline, 28. Janis Joplin, 24. Jerry Garcia, 20. I bet you know who that is. Because you can't mess with the Grateful Dead. The Deadheads get real violent. They get all wild. They start throwing them tie-dyed ties at you. Karen Carpenter, 18. I Hate This Bull, 15. Nat King Cole, 14. Mona Lisa. Rick Nelson, 14. Tied with Nat. But still stuck at 14. The audience hates Rick Nelson. In fact, they hate him so much they wish he would die. Well, guess what? Buddy Holly, 14. Celia Cruz, 13. Frank Zappa, 8. Notorious B.I.G. be having 6. Tupac, 4. Mama Cass Elliott, 4. Bobby Darin, 3. Luther Vandross, 3. Billy Preston, 3. Just died Saturday. David Ruffin, 1. Barry White, 1. Old Dirty had 1. And some people actually seen it. And Sam Cooke and Eddie Kendricks, we just got that straightened out. And David Ruffin, though, is not on there yet, is he? I just read that. He's got 1. How come that's embarrassing for me, being the Motown maven that I like to fancy that I am, which I'm not. But, I mean, isn't that kind of embarrassing? I'm getting David Ruffin. I accuse other people of doing that.
Well, probably some of that harness racing stuff squeezed it out of your head.
I don't remember any harness drivers called Ruffin. I do remember Red Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Corky Hamill. Huh?
Porky Hamill?
Yeah, Corky Hamill. And then, of course, his dad, which was... now, if I can remember his dad's name, but I can't. I remember Roger Hammer from Pennsylvania. And what about Billy and Hollis Rieger? Oh, my God. See, this is dangerous. And do you think maybe we can get a group rate on some lobotomies?
I don't know. I got some stuff I could
start with our management, man. Start with them. With the triumvirate, the JJ group. That is sad. Well, what's going on with these people? QAM, hello.
Now that George is out of the closet.
WQAM, hello.
Oh, and thanks for taking my call.
Yeah,
First
sure.
time, long time.
Yeah.
I was wondering, who do you think's going to win it all this year?
WQAM, hello. He was doing a sports review. Yeah. He was doing a little satire.
Yeah.
On the calls on the sports shows, including all the calls across the street, all 10 of them. WQAM, hello.
I said George is gay.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
Okay.
Hey, I have a quick question for you. Have you ever been to Laughlin, Nevada?
No.
Oh, I'm just...
You know something about that really cracks me up?
What's
you
that?
get on a plane, I mean, when you live like anywhere in the East,
Yeah.
you get on a plane, you fly for 4 or 5 hours to get all the way out to Vegas, and then people, they get on a bus or they rent a car and they drive to Laughlin. What's the point of going to Vegas in the first place if you're not going to enjoy your time there? You know, there's so many things to do in
No,
Vegas.
I'm going to Vegas, but I've got friends that want me to go to Laughlin. I'm thinking...
You know what? Tell them have a good time, okay? Tell them I'll see you when you get back.
And then one other question. How come you guys don't have any Kroll memorabilia?
Yeah, that's a good point. And actually, we're going to auction that off on eBay. It's a new revenue stream for the Beasleys.
Get educated out there.
There you go. The Crow memorabilia.
That's right, trading cards.
Oh, yeah. Well, we sell a lot of stuff on eBay. In fact, a lot of people wondered what happened to the water Nazi. We auctioned her ass off on eBay, too. Not all of her, just her ass. We got it all straightened out now. Thanks, Eric. You redeemed yourself for yesterday when you were ignoring my 85 faxes I sent you with a pull, okay?
He was out of the house, apparently.
Oh, I see. Well, that's okay. We got it on there. And we got over 1,000 votes. Now, if we'd have been under 1,000, we'd have probably sent like Luca Brazzi to his house. So now I already sent him tomorrow's poll. Josh is all set. You're good to go for tomorrow on all your work.
Lovely.
Just so that you know. Well, it's WW, man. It's Woodbine Wednesday. What are you chuckling about?
Well, you know, in case something important happens.
If anything important happens, I'll be sure in the past. If Norma Kent faxes me or emails me anything important about President Lincoln's condition, I'll be sure to pass it along to you. Oh, my God, yeah. See, this is what happens when you smoke too much bad weed and you flip too many baseball cards.
This is Neil Rogers. Oh, this is 560 QAM.
Oh, God. All right.
They have all the oil they need to keep the gas flowing. Nothing more than corporate greed, no one to control it. That's some ridiculous talk, upset with Clinton and Sachs. Now these guys instead are screwing you off. Rape me, at the pump they rape me. Price of the gallon is higher each time. Rape me, at the pump they rape me. They're making profits at an all-time high. Open war on the middle class, pathetic and tragic. No bosses say to Bush, kiss my ass. It's over, we've had it.
Rectum.
You hear new spin every day, attempting to justify gouging the price high as the sky. Rape me, at the pump they rape me. They raise the price high as they like. Rape me, everyone on K Street. They buy the power that's pumping us dry.
Down south, where the mugwumps go to hang from trees and play banjo, you got some who own a station on newfangled radio. Now as North Carolina grows, Raleigh's a big city, you know, and that's where the Beasleys had to go for Jolly Riley Joe. A new GM, he'll do what he can. shake your hand like a friend, then quickly walk away. They had Joe go to 560 with ratings in the toilet bowl to get those flaming sportful mows in order and control. And then so Jolly Raleigh Joe, a buckler and in the know, he lets Mo go, and here's what blows, gives Geldy his own show. He'll make a big change and rearrange. It's worse or the same. He hasn't done a thing for what goes on the air at 2. Joe don't have a stinking clue how to format that essentially blows sport hole radio. The GM of 560, Jolly Raleigh Joe.
Bye, bye, bye.